and I got all teary. A 34-year-old man crying in front of a 65... Oh, it was beautiful. Anyway, that's coming up later on. So, 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Now, you heard me mention earlier on, to Duncan, if you were listening, that there's been loads of these window cleaners all over the place. How come they've sprung up again? I thought, when you stop at the traffic lights, and suddenly your car is pounced on by stack loads of people, and they start cleaning. I thought they'd all got wise to the fact that no one's interested. Does anyone actually pay them? Because even if they do it, you don't need to pay them. You can just drive off. And, so, 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number. Let's go to Darren. Hello, Darren.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm all right, thanks, mate. It's good to be back. Very good to be back.
Yeah, welcome back.
God bless each and every one of us.
And everyone else as well.
Mm.
Ice cream vans.
Yes?
Yeah, a 99 on an ice cream van.
Oh, no, well, OK, let's not go down that route completely, but because there are you think you know why it's called a 99, do you?
Well, I think so, yeah. I was told by an ice cream man, but maybe not. No, it's not true. Who knows? But I've got a sort of explanation.
OK.
Shall I give it to you?
Please do.
OK. Years and years ago, they used to have a big board with a long list of all the things that they sold, and number 99 on the list was an ice cream with a flake in it, and people would say, I'd have a 99, please.
Now, is that the case? Because I also heard that it's 99 is the ordering figure. It's also how it's 99 millimetres long or something like that. I'm not quite sure how this thing works.
Well, that's interesting, but I'll tell you something else about ice cream vans, interestingly. How to get a bigger ice cream for... Because the thing is, you've got a small, medium and large ice cream, but how big is a large ice cream?
What?
And the answer is it's as big as the person pouring it makes it. So what you do is you ask for a small ice cream.
Yes.
They pour a small ice cream out for you and hand you the cone. And just as they're handing you the cone, you say, actually, can you make it a medium, please? Now, they've got to put more ice cream on.
Yeah.
So they'll put it back, put more ice cream on it. And just as they give it to you, say, can you make it a large, please? So they've got to put more ice cream on, and you end up with a large ice cream, twice the size of a large ice cream you would have got.
So, Darren, what you're telling me is you found a way to save, 12 pence?
Well, and the rest of that is about £2 for a large ice cream. So, probably 50p or something. But all these 50p's add up, and that's what you've got to look at, the bigger picture, you know?
By the end of the month, you could have saved £1.50.
Well, and then you see you can take that theory into fish and chip shops, because when you ask for a large piece of fish, how big's a large cod? It's
a large what, sorry? A large cod?
A large piece of cod.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as big as they give you. So if you ask for a small cod, they'll give you a piece of cod, and then whatever you ask for a medium and a large, they've got to upgrade you. They've got to give you a bigger piece of fish. So you end up with the biggest piece of fish that they've got. You see? I do see. Well, Darren, thank you for that. You're well. So that's quite a bit of money you're saving, over a period of a year.
Okay.
I might write a book on it, I think.
Please do. So we've worked out that Darren is what I believe is known as a cheapskate in this business. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number. Let's go to Paul in the Ladbroke Grove. Hello, Paul.
Good evening.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, thank you, Paul.
Where you been, Ian?
Here, there, and every flipping where.
Oh, flipping out. Do you know what? I actually missed you.
Well, that's very kind of you. Now, have you been approached by these window cleaning people?
Well, no, because I ride a motorbike a lot of the time.
Well, I think they're missing out on a trick here. I think that they could easily do the... What do you call the front? Is it a visor? What do you call that thing?
Yeah, then you can say, you scratch my visor, you owe me 80 quid.
You could do that, I suppose, yes.
Yeah, I think they'd leave you alone.
In London?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, no, I'm too quick for them. I did at times when I was driving get them, and I'd just say, leave it. Really assertively.
I've got, like most cars these days, my car has a button that cleans the windows for me. And I don't need someone with the filthiest rag and filthy water to clean my glass in the front of the car. I think they call it the windscreen.
That's right, and dirty hands, too.
Yeah.
Not nice.
No.
It's not nice on anybody.
Paul, why did you call in?
I called to speak to Duncan Bannatyne.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, no,
he had to get. His train was at 8 o'clock, and I've got a horrible feeling he's going to come back and kip on my floor.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you never know, you may turn tonight, Ian.
Well, actually, what he said was, I've got to get my train. It's at 8 o'clock, but if I miss it, I'll just stay in my flat in London. So he's got flats everywhere.
Yeah, he's rich enough, isn't he? He's got a houseboat, actually.
Oh, well, there you go, you see, yeah.
He's got a houseboat at Chelsea.
Yes.
But I wanted to talk to him, you see, because
he's
I've
gone.
got a genuine idea.
OK, well, let's hear it. This
could be good for your listeners, because I did actually work with venture capitalists.
Right.
And I hated it. It was a horrible experience. But a lot of businesses, which only 5% of businesses do get financed by venture capitalists that try. Now, I'd say at least 50% are complete guff and rubbish, but about 50% are very, very good businesses, but they just don't get financed.
Yeah.
And what I thought is those businesses that didn't get financed, that were going to go to the wall anyway, could be given to Africa with Bob Geldof so that the African nations could make money out of those businesses that we can't be bothered to finance, and they could use aid money to finance them.
Well, like, what, give me an example of these businesses.
Well, for example, my one, I was making motorcycles. And those motorcycles in Africa, in the African market, you'd have to assemble them in parts and put an assembly plant there. And the African motorcycle market's loads bigger than ours. And then they could start building them to our spec and exporting them for our market.
Right.
So it would actually give Africa a decent economy to work with.
Right.
And
it's an idea.
Yeah, if not, these businesses, you see, would just go to the wall, as they do, and nothing would come of them, because nobody really wanted to be bothered to finance them, because they didn't understand them, or whatever reason.
Hey, when did skinny ties get fashionable again? They're all over the place.
Scar?
No, yeah, but no, that was the first time. They're all over the place now.
Maybe it's because of that film. Have you seen it? This is England?
Oh, what a fantastic film.
Oh, wasn't it
It's
good?
great, isn't it great?
Oh, it was brilliant. I love that film.
Yeah, it's a cracking film. I saw it on an aeroplane.
Oh, that's a lucky one to see on an aeroplane.
Yeah, well, yes, I did, yes. I was very lucky, yes.
They usually show really rubbish ones, like Home Alone 3.
This is when Sky were paying for me to go first business superclass or whatever it was, and they show like films that haven't even come out in the cinema in this country yet.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
Well, isn't that pirating, though?
No, I don't think they'd be involved in that. Paul, I have to go. Thank you for that.
Cheers, Ian.
There we go. Good lad. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number. Let's go to James. Hello, James.
So good to have you back.
Thank you, sir.
Nice break?
Yeah, it was busy.
Was it a working break or just putting your feet up Xbox break?
It was most definitely a working break.
Oh, right. A top secret working break.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, you can't tell us, no?
No.
Ooh, we'll look forward to it with bated breath.
So well done, you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm really, really sorry. I've been looking forward to Thursday, knowing you were coming back, and enjoyed Christo and Nick, but I completely forgot to turn my radio on at 7 o'clock. How bad is that?
Well, nice one, mate. I'm glad I made such a big impression in your calendar.
Sorry, I got distracted, and Chris just we're talking about window cleaners at traffic lights, and literally about 2 minutes ago at Gants Hill on the A12, I had some, I don't know what.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know what he was. He was a gentleman.
Yes.
But I'm getting bombarded. I had the guy with the Evening Standard on the left trying to get in my passenger window.
Yes.
And I've got the guy with the window cleaning. They put the thing on your windscreen before you even say yes. And then if I haven't got
you have to flick the windscreen wipers on and tell them to get stuffed.
Well, you don't really get a chance. And if you haven't got range on you could still have him hanging off the car, blooming down at Ilford. Terrible. Why are we talking about that then?
Because I thought it was a good thing to talk about that, because that happens in London.
I thought maybe you'd had a bad experience with one.
Oh, well, no, I've just noticed them all over the place at the moment, and they were kind of 3 times today they attempted to clean my windscreen, and it just I thought that we'd got rid of them, and I thought people had stopped doing it, because that was big about 4 or 5 years ago.
Surely it must be illegal. Don't you need a licence to run a business? Effectively, it's a business, isn't it?
I don't think you need a licence to have a bucket of dirty water.
But if you to charge somebody for a service, surely you'd need and surely they're jaywalking or whatever it's called, aren't they? I mean,
we don't. That's not an offence in this country. You see, you can do all that stuff.
What, walk down the middle of the A12?
Yeah, do you know what? I think you can.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. But no, I mean, okay, it's a dirty job, as Faith No More said, but everyone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it, but it is. I don't know. It's kind of a liberty, really, because you don't really get a choice in the matter. And with the Evening Standard guy trying to, beat you to death with a copy that looks like it's been dragged through a head backwards, it's kind of difficult to, navigate yourself through. I mean, the A12's bad enough as it is.
It's political correctness gone mad.
It is, Ian.
And I sincerely believe that.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I got some good news for you. I spoke to Mitch earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Pelleggi, and he's going to try... Now, I've tried to work out the time difference with Vancouver. I don't know whether I've got it right, but he should be phoning you in about an hour.
I don't know if he'll get through in about an hour.
Oh, really? Do you want me to try and send him a message on his thing?
Get Mish to send me an email.
Really? OK, then.
Good lad. Cheers, James.
Speak soon.
Bye-bye. What a lot of fun. 0870 90 90 973. Now would be a very good time for you to call up. Why? We ain't got many calls. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to lie to you about that. I thought the public demand for me coming back would set the radio and the phones alight, but it turns out you either want more Christo Fufas, which is understandable. I heard a snatch of Christo. It was mighty fine. Maybe you're demanding more of that. Maybe you want more showbiz. Well, kids, I can give you Brian Wilson later on. We can play that maybe a little bit later on, maybe in the dead hour. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call and come on the radio. And why the hell is it Roald Dahl Day today? What did he ever do for us, apart from write tales of the unexpected, which, as we all know, is a load of old guff? 0870 90 90 973 is the phone number. Oh, now it's time for this. It's the travel news now with Alan.
Thank you very much. And if you're heading onto the A127 in West Horndon, it's completely blocked heading into town at Halfway House because a lorry's lost its load there. Now, not only is that causing delays coming into London, but very slow heading out of town as well from the M25 interchange. Do add your updates, though, if you can see what's going on. 08000 68 60 80. Still looks busy on Tower Bridge Road going northbound from the Bricklayers Arms up to Tower Bridge itself. It's mainly because of the problem with the traffic lights at Tower Hill. They're still not facing properly. And Foxley Lane in Purley remains closed both ways after an accident between Woodcote Road and Peaks Hill Rise. That's now been closed for over 6 hours. The North Circular Road in Edmonton has a lane block going eastbound at the 4th Street Tunnel. That's because of an accident. And in Tottenham, the roadworks continue on Hale Road. 2 lanes are closed just outside Tottenham Hale Station. Heading onto the tubes now, there are delays on the Edgware branch of the Northern Line and severe delays on the East London Line following an incident earlier on. And on the train, C2C have up to half-hour delays between Fenchurch Street and Barking after a road vehicle hit a railway bridge. LBC 97.3 travel. Your next update is in half an hour.
Next time you're away from home but want to keep up to date, remember you can check out the latest news on your mobile phone. Just call 0901 723 6666 and choose News. News.
Concerns are growing that climate change protesters at Heathrow...
You can also select to hear travel and weather updates.
Store 0901 723 6666 into your mobile now and stay in touch with LBC wherever you are, whatever you're doing.
Calls cost 35 pence per minute from a BT landline. Other networks and mobile rates may vary.
News, weather and travel on the go from LBC.
Did you have a good weekend, Dave?
Yeah. I went to the 16th century with Kate.
Oh, right. Have a good time?
Guest of honour at a banquet. Drank honey-rich mead, ate well, sang and danced. You?
Oh, usual 21st century stuff.
Visit Napode Castle in County Clare on a short break and join a medieval banquet. Ireland. Short breaks, tall tales. To discover more, visit discoverireland.com.
Improve your home, build from scratch, or restore and renovate. Get all the answers and learn how to create your dream home at the London Home Building and Renovating Show. There are over 220 suppliers. Get tips on creating space and adding value to your home. 10 free seminars and masterclasses on self-build and renovation. Find out how to create a greener home in the Eco Home Zone, or learn about integrated technology and entertainment in the Smart Home Zone. For discounted tickets, call 0870 010 9031 and quote LBC, or log on to lbc.co.uk. The London Home Building and Renovating Show, Friday the 21st to Sunday the 23rd of September at XL with LBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Suman.
Hiya.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Oh, you know what? Been better, been worse.
Oh, what does that mean?
Oh, it means I'm all right.
Okay.
Yeah, which isn't bad. If you're dealing with all right, that's not bad going, is it?
That's fine.
That's fine. That'll do.
So, are you an uncle again?
Not yet. We're waiting. Oh, I should have my phone on in case I get a phone call. Who knows? No, not yet.
Oh, okay then.
It's still in there.
All right. Do you know what it is?
It's a baby.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I know that much. It's definitely a baby that my sister's having. Yes.
Okay. How's your mum?
She's all right.
Okay. And I wanted to ask Duncan Valentine, but he's gone, so
Yes.
maybe you know. If you've got an idea and someone steals it from you,
Yes.
is there anything you can do?
No. It depends. If you did you patent this idea?
No, I just tell people my ideas, and then
Well,
they go and
stupid.
do them, and they get successful, and I'm sort of.
So what ideas are you claiming you came up with? What, Led Zeppelin getting back together again? Was that one of yours?
That there was this idea that I was telling my friends that chicken tikka masala is a dish that's available in England, and it's not really available in India. It's called something else. And the next day I find in the news that chicken tikka masala is a British.
Hey, I've got an idea for you, Simon. Why don't you get a phone that doesn't keep breaking up? Yes.
But you can buy me one.
No. I don't think so. Kevin's in Wickford. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Ian. Long time no speak.
Apparently so.
Yeah, it's good to hear your voice again.
And it's good to be using it.
Excellent. I was going to try and put some input on these the window washing people who I sort of come across quite a few of them driving the repo truck around.
Oh yeah.
And I was just telling Chris, the weirdest one I had was I think that was Romanians. They offered me an apple if I'd let them clean my window, then me to give them £2.
So basically, you're getting £2 for an apple and a bit of water.
A bit of water and a squeegee across my windscreen, which was clean anyway, so it didn't need squeegeeing.
I would never take an apple from anybody by a roadside because who knows what they've injected it with.
Spot on. No, I didn't take them up on that offer.
No.
And I just put the window washers on anyway, which I'd do if they try coming out and creeping out and ambushing you. Just put the window washers on, then your windows are clean anyway.
Kevin, are you a fan of the slim tie, the thin tie? That seems to have made a comeback in London?
I think it could be. Yeah, it could make the comeback. I think I'd wear one, because these big ones I don't really like.
It has made a comeback. There was an ad, but by coincidence I saw an ad in a newspaper for, like, The Gap or, I don't know, a shop that sells clothes, and they were advertising skinny ties, and then I was out and about yesterday and I saw 3 people wearing skinny ties, and I thought they looked rubbish in the 80s. I've yet to see someone that's got a keyboard tie, but they looked rubbish in the 80s. They look rubbish now.
Yeah, I guess middle of the road. I don't really like them really big ones.
Oh, no, young estate agents, 21-year-old estate agents wear ties with big, fat knots.
That's right.
Big, fat, stupid, clumsy knots, as though they've tied them up wearing mittens.
That's the one.
Which
I don't like them.
Looks ridiculous.
But as you know from one of our previous conversations, T-shirt, V-neck jumpers.
That's the way forward, Kevin.
They suit us.
It's the way forward.
We was getting phone calls on, I think it was on Clive Bull show after we spoke, and women ringing in saying that they like the sound of Ian Lee and the Repo Man with V-neck jumpers and T-shirts underneath.
I think we should go out Friday night after the show on the pool, Kevin. What say you?
We would have a good night.
Good lad. Kevin, thank you for that.
And you, Ian, keep up the good work.
Yes. 0870 90 90 973. It's always weird coming back, isn't it? And getting back into the flow of things. It's always a little bit tricky. It's Alex.
Hello, Ian. How are you?
There, Alex.
Yeah. Hey, I'm here in Lewisham.
Good.
How are you?
You just asked me that.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you answer. But anyway, I was ringing up to say you were going on about the windscreen wiper people, but constantly badgering people all the time. And mine's slightly different from that.
Yes.
Because I cycle into the West End most days, and the particular office I work at, it's just there's a lot of homeless people out there, and they're always asking me for money every day.
Yes.
And I try and be polite to them, but I'm starting to sort of, my threshold and my patience is kind of coming to an end, and I'm just sicker than sick. I'm just sick of it. And today I left my bike out.
Did you say you're sicker than sick?
No, I'm sick of. I'm running out of patience with them.
Okay. You're impatient.
I suppose I am being a bit impatient, and it is a bit of a rant tonight, I'm afraid, because I left my bike out there for literally 1 minute while I popped in, and I came back out, and the bike lights had gone, and I said to did you see anything? And he said no, and, you know, and I think he's just annoyed that I don't give him any money, and it's not I don't give these people money, I do give them money sometimes, but, you know, it's when I've got something to give, and I just got cross, because I thought, you know, you try and do the right thing. Cycling, you know, I'm not burning any petrol or anything like that, and I was just fed up, and to be honest, it's nice of her to ring up and say I got my lights nicked, because I'm fed up about it, so that's really my thing.
Yes. Well, Alex, thanks for that.
No worries.
There we go. 0870 90 90 973. It's LBC, London's biggest conversation. Let's go to Charlotte. Hello, Charlotte.
Hello, Ian. How are you?
Oh, yeah.
You sound really good. Really bubbly.
Well, I'm glad you think so.
You're talking about Roald Dahl.
It's National Roald Dahl Day.
Yeah.
Is it true that Roald Dahl's real name is Ronald, and he took the N out to be mysterious?
Well, it could have been.
This is what I heard. It's Ronald Dahl.
It could have been. Well, what he was, he was voted the top children's author.
Right, because of his
Apparently.
giant peach.
Yeah, and C.S. Lewis. What books did he write? C.S. Lewis.
Did he do the?
That was number 2.
He did Narnia, didn't he? Lion, the Witch, and the chest of drawers or something. Was that him? Was that C.S. Lewis, or did he write Batman? Something, one of those two.
Oh right, Peter Pan, creator J.M. Barrie. The third. J.K. Rowling was the Harry Potter was 4th, but any of the others I haven't even heard of. Oh, Enid Blyton, heard of that one. That was 10th.
Let's have the top 10, shall we? That sounds fun.
Oh, I can't read them all out.
Why?
Well, Roald Dahl was 1.
Well, you've read 4 of them. Surely.
Okay, J.K. Rowling. Anthony Horowitz.
Isn't it? Oh, no, I'm thinking of Anthony Worrell Thompson. I don't know who he is.
I don't know. Jacqueline Wilson.
Yes.
Dr. Seuss.
Oh, you know Dr. Seuss is?
No.
Cat in the Hat.
Oh, right.
He did the Cat in the Hat. I can't quote any more than that. Oh, I'm actually speaking like Dr. Seuss now.
8 was Philip Pullman.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know who that was.
No. Oh,
9 was Francesca.
Oh, didn't Philip Pullman... Oh, no. What did he write? Philip Pullman?
Yeah.
I know what he wrote. I can't think. Yes?
And Francesca Simon was 9.
Yes.
And Enid Blyton was 10.
Enid Blyton. Well, Charlotte, thanks very much. That was a list of people. More of your calls after this.
From Mozart to Mahler, Beethoven to Brahms. You love their music, but how much do you know of their background? Starting this Saturday in The Independent, there's a different composer every day. Over the next 2 weeks, build up your collection on the life and times of the great composers. Find out what's behind the music you love. Starting this Saturday, free, only in The Independent.
Galliard Homes investors have achieved more than a decade of capital growth by purchasing at Prime Regeneration and Riverside developments. Galliard now offer the opportunity to invest in their latest Riverside regeneration. New Capital Key at Greenwich Waterside. Prices from under £300,000. Completions from 2011. Guaranteed income until 2015 on selected apartments. Initial deposit of only £1,000 to exchange contracts. Call 020 7620 1500. That's 020 7620 1500. Terms and conditions apply.
Ian Lee's Good Evening.
Yes, Rob.
Hi, Ian, you're right.
Rob, what's going on? It sounds like you're in a war zone.
Sorry, we're on the M4.
Oh, well, it's similar.
Yes.
What can I do for you?
I want to talk about skinny ties and just this hopeless fashion that's everywhere now.
Yes.
I work in Shoreditch, and, I mean, one of the first things I saw my first day in the job, there was a woman in the street in a man's three-piece suit with half a head shaved, the front of a head shaved entirely.
What?
And then there was a woman in in red skinny jeans, bleach blonde pudding bowl haircut, and a white lady's blouse.
Oh, you've just reminded me what I saw yesterday. It was a bloke in his 40s.
Yeah.
Walking through he was in Tesco's, then he went into Soho Square. Let's start from the bottom up, shall we? he had like sort of walking boots on. Then he had pink tights.
Wow.
A short little red mini skirt.
I like it.
A leather corset, pierced nipples, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was it. And he wondered why everyone was staring at him.
That sounds quite nice.
Yeah, well, I've got nothing wrong with gentlemen dressing up like that, but he looked he hadn't had a shave. I think that was his problem. And also, I've noticed another thing that's making a comeback. is those big, remember in the 80s, those big Frankie Says T-shirts?
Oh, yeah, I've seen loads of those, but it's kids wearing them.
What the flippin' heck are they doing coming back for?
I know. Why is any of it coming back? Because it was all rubbish.
It makes me want to gouge out my eyes.
Sorry, that's my wife. She's driving.
Well, she can't talk to me.
No, well, she's driving.
Well, I know.
She can shout. She's a midwife. She can do what she likes.
Oh, OK. Well, with respect to the... Oh, can you ask her, why are some midwives apparently very nice and some midwives really, really stroppy?
Why are some midwives very, very nice and some really, really stroppy?
Oh, too much work, probably.
Too much work, because it's the older ones are normally horrible.
Oh, really? Is that how it works? I know that my sister has had a couple of been fantastic, and a couple that have been just nightmares.
Apparently, get a man. That's the secret.
Really? You can't get a male?
Yeah, there's loads of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my wife works with one who's part-time midwife.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't say anymore. She's told me not to say anything.
OK, well, tell us on what, Rob. Listen, I've got to go. Thank you for that.
OK, cheers, Ian.
There we go. What fun we're having there. 0870 9090 973. So what have we discussed so far? Well, those weird people that come and clean your windows. What's that all about? Midwives. This is genuine. Some of them are really nice and some of them are just... nightmare. Oh, we've still got Brian Wilson to come up a bit later on, which is a nice little interview that we went out and recorded. That's unusual for us. Very, very exciting. And let's ask the question, did anyone manage to get into the lottery for the chance to buy a Led Zeppelin ticket? I think that's how it worked. I'm not sure. More because after this.
On 97.3
DAB
and online.
London's biggest conversation. LBC.
At 8, McLaren are out of Formula One's Constructors' Championship. Diana's fountain is dyed red, and how you can explore some of London's hidden delights. It's 8 o'clock. I'm Holly Holland. Lewis Hamilton's World Drivers' Championship dream is still alive, despite McLaren being banned from this year's Formula One Constructors' title. The FIA have handed out a record fine to the Woking-based outfit of nearly £50 million for using a leaked Ferrari dossier. Hamilton's drivers' points tally remains unaffected, but LBC's racing correspondent Simon Viger says it's a huge blow for the team.
It does surprise me. It is absolutely shocking, and of course all the fans of our local team, McLaren in Woking, will be devastated by this, and nobody more devastated than Ron Dennis, who puts his integrity absolutely number one and has said all the way through that they've done nothing wrong.
Protesters have dyed the Princess Diana Memorial Fountain in Hyde Park red. The campaigners say it's time to coincide with the controversial arms fair taking place in Docklands, one of the biggest in the world. Diana was well known for working with charities which cleared landmines. 2 robbers have been shot dead by armed police from London during an attempted robbery in Hampshire. Eyewitnesses say a third man was seen running away from the HSBC Bank in Chandler's Ford near Southampton. Police think it was a planned operation. It thought the gang were targeting a cash delivery van. Social workers have been visiting Madeleine McCann's parents to discuss the welfare of their 2 other children, twins, Sean and Amelie. We're told it's standard practice for parents named as suspects overseas to have their case considered by local authorities here. This as film producers pull the release of a Ben Affleck film about the disappearance of a little girl because of similarities to Maddie's case. Tests have confirmed a new outbreak of foot and mouth disease in Surrey involves the same strain of the virus which affected 2 farms near Guildford last month. The case was discovered at a farm in Egham yesterday, around 10 miles from Purbright. Downing Street has defended the decision to give the all clear after the original outbreak. And if you're always looking to explore the hidden secrets of London, you've got the perfect chance this weekend. Open House London gets underway on Saturday. It's a chance to peek inside hundreds of houses and buildings as they're open to the public. The event was officially opened by Tessa Jowl at the Olympic Park in Stratford. She explained what makes it so special.
Open House is a wonderful way of making people feel that this is their Olympic Park and developing a sense of familiarity with the Olympic Park, which is going to change beyond all recognition. And, you know, the sheer scale of Open House is amazing. I mean, over 600 buildings, and that's just in London.
In London's travel news, Foxy Lane in Purley remains closed in both directions between Woodcote Road and Peaks Hill Rise following an accident earlier this afternoon. In London's weather, dry overnight with some mist patches forming, lows of 11 degrees Celsius, and feeling cooler tomorrow in the morning with a chance of some light showers, but sunny spells are expected in the afternoon with highs of 19 degrees Celsius. You're with LBC, it's 8:03.
London's biggest conversation. LBC.
LBC
97.3. LBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, it's back after a few days away, and it's almost the weekend. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad going. Almost the weekend. Oh, on Sunday night on Triple M, members of the Kurikorda Quartet are coming in. They're a Japanese... Well, I've been playing them all the time. The Japanese recorder-type band. And there's another Japanese band coming in. Now, Saya, the regular Japanese listener, has not called up to say she can act as translator, so we could be screwed. I could have a lot of Japanese people turning up, and all I can do is ask them, are they going to the bank tomorrow? That's all I can pretty much ask. What time is it now? I can't even ask them what time it is now in their country. I can only ask it Oh, dear. So it could be a mess. But I think they're coming on at 12 o'clock on Sunday night. I'm not totally sure. I think they're coming on, and they are excellent. And everyone who has heard me playing the Kurikorda Quartet has gone, wow, these guys are great. And I think you can get them on iTunes. I'm not sure. But we shall see. Let's go to the Flash.
Hi, Iain.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I just started driving to work, and I got in the car, and all of a sudden I've got an itchy instep, and it's just excruciating, like, you can't do anything. Took my shoe off and scratching it on the clutch pedal,
Yes.
and it's just driving
That's got to be safe, hasn't it?
it just makes you nuts, you know, just...
I thought it was your foot that was
not
itchy.
Scratching those, but
yes,
you know, just going absolutely. Oh my God! I just cannot think of anything.
Oh no, don't, because now you're making my foot go. I'm getting itchy all over now.
I know. I'm just wondering, have you ever been in the radio station where you've got an itch somewhere and you just cannot scratch it?
Well, luckily, because no one can see me here, I can scratch any part of my body I so desire.
Oh, that's a terrible image for me to be driving with now, Ian, but I'll let you off on that one.
Thank you, Flash.
And the other thing is, like, when you come in from somewhere and you've been driving a long time, the first thing you want to do is get to the little boys' room.
Yes.
And people will stop you and start talking to you, and you're standing there and your legs are going, and they're going, are you all right? And you're going, what do I say? I'm dying for a... You know, and they're just standing there talking to me. Can't you see? I'm in pain. I'm in agony.
Do you know what? I don't want to name drop, so I will only drop a slightly small name. I had a very similar thing. I was travelling on a motorway. I got off at a service station, busting to use the loo. I was going to the loo, and out came Uri Geller, the bender of spoons. Now, I've worked with Uri a few times, so he knew me. So he suddenly, oh, Iain, it is great to see you. I've got some fantastic news. I'm going to be stopping Big Ben tomorrow morning at 1 o'clock. And he started talking to me. Now, that's not a bad Uri Geller impression. Oh, Iain, I'm going to bend a spoon for you. It's fantastic. And all I'm thinking is, yeah, I really need a wee. I've got to go to the loo, Uri. But you can't say that to Uri Geller.
No. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I've worked in theatre as a flyman, and once you're up the top there, up the stage, you cannot come down until the interval or the end of the show.
Now, here's the thing that I read in the newspaper the other day, and I didn't know this, but it makes perfect sense. And as soon as I thought about it, I thought, well, yeah, that makes sense. Astronauts wear nappies.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It makes sense. Of course, you can't sit down on a toilet in a space shuttle. They wear nappies. And that suddenly, just knowing that, took all of the glamour away from the thought of being an astronaut.
Well, you should watch the film The Right Stuff, where he asks to pee in his space suit.
OK, well, we'll leave it there, Flash. Thank you very much for that. We don't get too scatological, but yes, it makes perfect sense. Of course, in space, it wouldn't work. I think the lack of gravity is obviously why it wouldn't work. But it made me think, you know, those astronauts, they're suddenly not quite as cool as I thought they were. You know, it's certainly not quite as cool as I thought it was. Adrian.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you, before I get what I was calling about, is it alright if ask you to clear something up for me?
Please do.
Nick Abbott, is he still at your station?
I believe he's on Saturday evenings 10 till 1.
Yeah, because I don't know if you're aware, but there was a lot of speculation that.
Rumours, schmoomers. Christo did an excellent job, and as far as I know, Nick is back on Saturday night at 10 o'clock. Now, Adrian.
Yeah, well, that's good then. Yeah, flying. I know you do a lot of flying. I've done a bit in the past myself, but I'm going to America soon with my mate, and he's like the worst flyer ever.
Yeah.
It's petrified. Have you ever been with anybody that's petrified?
No, I haven't. I get uncomfortable, and I used to be more scared, but no, I've never been with someone who's actually petrified.
No, because the only thing I get is bored, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's dull. I mean, but can you take MP3s and stuff on planes these days? Or,
Can you do what?
Can you take an MP3 player on planes?
When was the last time you went on a plane?
Oh, it was pre the trouble, like August 2001. So.
What trouble? Oh, you mean 9/11? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Most people have called it 9/11, not pre the trouble 2001. It was. Well, you can take MP3 players, you can take PSPs, you can take portable DVD players, but for some reason now. You're not allowed to use them when the plane is taking off and when the plane is, 20 minutes after the plane's taken off and 20 minutes before the plane lands. And I don't know why. I don't think my iPod is going to cause the plane to crash into the control tower. I don't know. Maybe it will.
Now, I wonder if it's because, they're not sure what your gadget's capable of. I mean, they'll probably just put a blanket ban on everything. Like, if they didn't, people would be using the mobile phones. So rather than... But they haven't got time to sort out and to just ban everything.
Yeah, I suppose. Yes, gadget fascists, I like to call them.
Yeah, but
well, so your friend's nervous. So what are you going to do to calm him down?
Well, I don't know, other than bang you over the head or something.
There is that trick of knocking them out, of course. Yes, or
it's like Mr. Teeth on the
don't get him drunk though, because that always makes it worse. That always makes it much worse.
Yeah, I mean. But batteries, can you take them on the plane?
Batteries?
Spare batteries?
Well, yeah, of course you can.
I don't know, because you look on the sides, and they seem to conflict with each other. It's really confusing.
Yeah, you can't take liquids.
No. Well, that's the problem. I can get them over there.
You can get some liquids. Where are you going, Adrian?
Well, I know one place you don't like. There's New York and Las Vegas.
Well, you can definitely get liquids in Las Vegas. I've seen them there by the dozen. All different kinds of liquids.
Yeah, I think you can release a lot as well, can't you?
I think so. Why are you going to Las Vegas? It's awful.
Well, I liked it. My brother got married over there 2001. That's last time I went.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it changes that much. And New York, I've never been there, so I'm looking forward to the New York part. Best,
Yeah. New York's fantastic. I love New York. And New York is the first time, the first place I ever went to on my own. And it was about 4 or 5 years ago. I went on my own, and I just, to be honest, I was drunk most of the time. I was drinking very heavily in those days. But I had the best time there.
Yeah, it was because I nearly was going to go on my own because my mates had, trouble with his back and that, and he has been allowed to fly now. But, I mean, I was considering going on my own, but it seemed such a big thing. But...
What, going on your own?
Yeah,
do it.
People,
do it.
Yeah. Well, I don't need to now if I got something to go with.
I tend to spend most of my time in hotel rooms, but on this New York thing, I made a point of going out. And then as I was out one day, I heard some voice shouting, "Oh, Iain!" I thought, oh no, some Brit has recognised me. So I ignored it, and this guy came chasing after me, and it was a friend of a friend who I knew quite well. And he's quite well to do, and so he took me around all the best bars and clubs in New York, and I got very, very drunk, shall we say.
Yeah, so what would you recommend? What is the must-do things?
In New York?
Yeah.
Well, they've got a brilliant... Now, they have a great shop over there called The Gap, and it sells fantastic clothes.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a really good deal now with the exchange rate. Too.
Well, you got to take a spare suitcase and do a day shopping, because you just get loads of excellent clothes really cheaply, like half the price they are over here. So do that. Go and have a little walk around Central Park. It's quite nice. Go into lots and lots of diners and try lots of things. Go up the Empire State Building. Now, the trick to get to the top of the Empire State Building, and this is a fantastic trick I learned, is I took my mum to New York. Now, sadly, she's in a wheelchair. And New York's not the most wheelchair-friendly place. It's not treated brilliantly. But you go to the Empire State Building, and we saw the queue, and we're like, Oh, do you know what? We're all right. And a guy went, "Excuse me, sir, ma'am, would you come this way?" We got waved straight. We went past every single queue because my mum was in a wheelchair. Got straight to the top, got to the front. We were up there within 5 minutes, and the queue was about an hour long. I think we were up there within 5 minutes. Buy a cheap wheelchair over there, Adrian. One of you sits in it, puts a blanket over your legs, and that's it. You will jump to the front of every single queue.
Yeah, apart from looking like them people off that Little Britain thing.
Well, it doesn't matter. They've been quite successful, the people off Little Britain.
Who cares as long as they're tough to queue?
They're the people off Little Britain. Adrian, listen, thank you for that.
Okay, then.
Cheers, boss.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. What fun we're having this evening. 0870 90 90 973. Iain Lee's good evening. Well, I've come up with a new slogan for the show, where the fun never ends. But you underline never, so never's emphasised. That's the word you emphasise. Where the fun never ends. That's. Can we get that made into a jingle? Let's get Nigel to record. Iain Lee's good evening, where the fun never. I've been doing some voiceovers recently, and they've just made me emphasise the weirdest words. Just you read a sentence. How can I do it without naming the product? Well, let's say it was for. Well, no, I won't say that because that will give it away. But it's good, Iain. Can you emphasise the third word in the sentence? And you're doing it, and it's just like it makes no sense. And they also give you the instruction. Yeah. Now we don't want it to sound like an advert, so if you can make it nice and formal and chatty, but also can you sell it? Well, no, I don't know what that means. Anyway, Iain Lee's good evening, where the fun never ends. I'm going to try and do that for the rest of the show. Emphasise the incorrect word in a sentence. It's hard to do. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number. The way it works, you phone up, you'll speak to my producer, Christian. He'll take your details, and then he'll give you a call back. So it doesn't even cost you that much. I can't say fairer than that. I cannot say fairer than that. Oh, time for this. It's the travel news now. It's Amanda Redmond.
Thanks, Iain. Well, looking at delays still on the North Circular in Edmonton. It's busy eastbound towards the 4th Street tunnel following a crash there earlier. Hale Road in Tottenham still has those 2 lanes blocked outside of Tottenham Hale Station with the roadworks in the area, so watch out for queues in the gyratory. Whilst it's looking much better now to the east of town in West Horndon, the A127 is all open heading into town at the halfway house. That lorry lost its load on the roadway there earlier, but it's now been cleared up. Tower Bridge Road, that's also looking much better now going northbound up towards Tower Bridge after a problem earlier with the traffic lights at Tower Hill. But in Purley, Foxley Lane is still shut both ways with that crash between Woodcote Road and Peaks Hill Rise. It's been shut now for around 7 hours, so obviously still looking very busy in the area. If you're heading out onto the tubes, there are severe delays to East London line services. Also delays too on the Edgware branch of the Northern line, but delays are now clearing on C2C train services between Fenchurch Street and Barking. LBC 97.3 travel, your next update is in half an hour.
I can drop dead at any moment. I have 2 beautiful twin daughters. One is black and one is white.
I don't need a penis to prove that I'm a man.
I've been married for 2.5 years and I met my wife 2 weeks ago.
You couldn't make me up with Nick Ferrari at breakfast. All this week at 10 to 9. LBC 97.3.
At 35,000 feet, you may have a drink problem. The reason for this is some wines don't travel too well. So something that tastes delicious in a bar might not taste quite so good on a plane. Fortunately, at British Airways, we employ a wine expert by the name of Peter Nixon. He has the enviable job of travelling the world's vineyards in search of fine wines. Of every 5,000 he tastes, he only ever picks around 200. Which may seem like a lot of trouble to go to. But we don't see the point of serving you complimentary wine unless you feel like complimenting us when you taste it. Upgrade to British Airways.
Waiting is pointless. It's biting your nails, tapping your foot. No one wants to be waiting's mate. It's a bus stop in the rain, standing 10 deep at the bar. It's a delivery slot between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Waiting for the latest mobile phone isn't Vodafone's idea of fun. Pick up the exclusive Nokia 6110 Navigator with GPS in store before anyone else, and even walk out talking on it fully charged. Waiting? What a waste. Vodafone. Make the most of now.
Wicked, the spectacular smash hit musical, is now in its 2nd spellbinding year. Wicked tells the incredible untold story of the legendary Witches of Oz, and why they called one good and the other wicked. Wicked at London's Apollo Victoria Theatre. Call the ticket line on 0870 380 0973. Wicked with LBC 97.3. LBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Ah, yes. Where the fun never ends. Does that work? You have to emphasise the never. It's so weird, man. Seriously, you listen to adverts and you know it's an odd thing doing a voiceover because when I was doing the one the other day, there were 5 people there, 5 people telling me what to do, and then we did it, and then someone else turned up and he went, no, I think you should do it like that. Oh, goodness sakes. But it's it paid them bills, man. It paid them bills. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone. Joe.
Hey, Ian, how are you?
I'm fine. Did you manage to get tickets for Led Zeppelin then?
Well, the tickets, they won't announce whether or not you qualify until the 1st of October.
So hang on, how does it work? 'Cause it's a complicated system. What did you have to do?
You have to go up to a website, and it's the Ahmet, what's-his-face name, the guy who founded Atlantic Records.
Oh, Ertegun. Ertegun, yeah.
So you have to go up to a website, which is a tribute website to him.
Yes.
And then you have to register in a ballot.
Right.
There have been 22 million people who have hit this website in 2 days.
22 million?
Yes, 22 million people have hit this website in 2 days.
Wow.
It took me 18 hours to get through to it.
Man alive.
I mean, I just wrote a small little bit of code that just kept refreshing and refreshing my browser.
Yeah.
And it finally connected through to it. And it pinged up the window and went, ooh, it's connected. So then I got through and I put my details in, and then you try to submit them, and the website crashes.
I had a very similar experience when I was trying to buy tickets for Take That. That's a fact. So did you manage to get through that in the end?
I've got through it and I'm registered for it, but there's 20,000 tickets and 22 million people have registered for it.
So you're now in a lottery and you could get picked to buy tickets. Is that how it works?
That's correct.
But isn't it now? I was reading about this. They're not doing a full concert, are they?
They're going to probably play a set, and there's going to be a couple of other bands that have reformed and got back together. Foreigner is playing.
Foreigner?
Yeah.
Foreigner?
Exactly.
I'd ask for my money. Get your name taken off that list.
Yeah, I know. I only found that out afterwards.
Who else are playing then?
Pete Townsend's doing some solo stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And Bill Wyman is playing.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, exactly. So they've dragged the mothballs out, basically.
Yes. But I would worry that these kind of things when it's lots of bands, normally the headline act only does about 20 minutes or something.
They'll probably do a 45 to an hour and 15-minute set.
And how much, Joe, how much would you pay for that?
Well, the tickets are 125 quid each.
How much would you go up to, though, if you had to?
I wouldn't go beyond that, I'll tell you that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And are they going to...
I've seen Zeppelin back when John Bonham was still alive.
Right. Oh, okay. Do you know, here's the thing, and this is my thing. I've never heard Stairway to Heaven.
Rolf Harris has a great version of it.
So I've heard a little bit of the Rolf Harris and a little bit of the, I nearly said Spinal Tap, of the Led Zeppelin one, but I've never heard the full song.
But there's a great history behind the song. Everybody thinks that, it's this, major thing, and it's like this big anthem. And allegedly, and if you read the book about, it's called Hammer of the Gods.
Yes.
Basically, they wrote it in 15 minutes.
The only bit I've read about Hammer of the Gods is it the red snapper fish?
It is the red snapper.
Joe, I think on that note we should leave it there. I cannot go into any more detail there. 0870 9090 973. We've still got Brian Wilson coming out. No, I've not heard this interview, and I didn't really hear it when I was doing it because I was in complete shock to meet the man who I consider... Zara, I met God.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Well, you'll find out a little bit later on. I sang with him.
Oh, on stage?
Well, no, in a. I also got to meet David Kidd Jensen as well. That was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that blonde guy.
Yeah, the blonde guy. And he said hi. He sort of said hello to. He said hello, didn't he, Chris? As though we knew each other. When really we don't. We're just peers working in this crazy business we know as radio.
That's called Charm.
Charm. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, Zara, what can I do for you?
Well, I'm phoned up for a couple of things.
Oh, fantastic. Good.
One is that I did a prank call on James O'Brien this morning.
Oh, really? Tell us more.
Well, he was doing the subject on, as he called them, Mickey Mouse degrees, and asking if anyone had done one, and saying how ridiculous they were. So I said,
By the way, James O'Brien's on... Was it 10 till 1, I think it is, Mondays to Fridays, if anyone's wondering who we're talking about. Well worth a listen.
so I phoned up and said that I'd done a degree on Mickey Mouse, and it was within a subject called cartoonology.
Cartoonology, of course.
And he believed me.
Well, the thing is, though, there are so many different kinds of exams. That probably does exist these days.
Nah, it doesn't. I made it up.
I bet it does. I bet it does somewhere. I bet somewhere in the world you can do a Mickey Mouse.
No, it is not true.
All right.
I made it up.
OK, you are the originator of that. Well done, you.
I'm going to patent the idea in a minute.
Well done. Yes,
It was
cool.
like just this red thing,
Yeah.
and I just loved wearing it.
You would do. You would love wearing a cagoule. What is there not to love?
But it did rain on the inside of the cagoule, which wasn't so good.
There was what?
It rained on the inside.
Oh, yeah, well, they do that, yes.
Sweated.
Oh, by the way, Chris, I said that Peter from Brazil could have the other Duncan Bannatyne book, so, there we go. So, yes, right, anyway.
Yeah, so I was on this plane.
Focus,
and,
focus.
It was just, I can't focus today.
No, I'm telling me to focus. Carry on.
I feel really shaky.
Why are you shaky?
Because, oh, God, it's just awful. Because tomorrow morning, I'm meeting my new accountant for the first time.
Oh.
And I've got to get all my taxes ready, and I'm hopeless.
Why did you get rid of your old accountant?
I didn't have an old accountant. I was doing it myself.
Okay, so you're Oh, yeah, okay. All
But I was doing it all wrong, and I knew I was doing it wrong for the last few years.
Yeah, you got to be careful. The tax is the one you got to be careful of, because that's the one you can't run away from.
I know, but the thing is, I'm just trying to get it at least sorted so I can give it to him and say, look, I'm sorry it's in a mess and I don't know what I'm doing.
Were you making more than £30,000 a year?
I don't know.
Okay, right. Well, that's because if you're making less than 25 grand a year, they won't be interested in you at all.
I've got no idea. Can you believe I've got no idea how much?
I can believe that. That whole stuff scares the heck out of me.
Does it?
I have a very nice man called Roger. I put all my receipts in envelopes.
Yeah.
I send them off to him. Every few months he sends me a bill and he says what I need to pay, and I do it, and I trust him and I love him and he's great.
Oh, that's what I want. I mean, I'll be so relieved when I give it to him, but also so embarrassed, because I'm just giving him stuff that it doesn't add up, it doesn't make sense, it's just bits of everything everywhere. I just don't know anything about it.
He will have seen worse. I promise
Really?
you. Yes, he will have seen going back much longer as well. So don't just And once you hand it over, it's such a relief because then they're in charge of it, and it's as long as he's not a dodgepot that rips you off and steals your money and writes checks for you, then you'll be fine.
Even that, I wouldn't mind. Just somebody else do it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well.
Anyway.
Yeah. Was that it?
Oh, yeah, I was on this plane.
Oh, we're finally getting to the point of the phone call.
I was on the plane, and as the plane was about to take off, there was someone using their mobile phone kind of in the seat, the aisle next to me and just in front. And I was thinking, the plane is taking off. They told you to switch your phone off, and she's using it.
Yes.
And I was kind of thinking, that's a bit uncomfortable. And then the person behind her poked her really hard in the shoulder and said, switch your phone off. You've heard what they've said. You've got to switch your mobile phone off, otherwise we'll crash.
I don't think they actually say you'll crash, do they? They don't say that.
No, this is what another woman...
Right, okay, yeah.
And so the woman on the phone turned around even more angry than that one and said, of course we won't crash, don't be so stupid.
And then you crashed?
No.
Oh.
And then she carried on the phone.
Would have been a good punchline.
But I was kind of thinking, actually, she must be right. Of course you can't crash if somebody uses their mobile phone.
I don't know what it's supposed to do.
I don't think it does anything. Otherwise, they would confiscate your phone, wouldn't they, before you got on? Because so scared.
Because Al-Qaeda could come on.
Exactly.
All turn their phones on at the same time, wave and go, aha! Aha! The plane is going down! Aha! We are phoning our mobile voice messaging services! And then they would go down. But they don't do that, do they?
No. So I think it's all just silly myth or something.
But it is weird because you can't. The last plane I was on, we were stuck on the runway for a long time, waiting to go up to the steps, the thingy bob, the tube that sucks the tube.
Oh.
We landed and we're waiting to go to the tube that you walk out on. You know the tube.
Yeah. I know the tube.
I want to be. I'd love to operate the tube, and one day I may live that dream.
Well,
anyway,
the tubes don't move, do they?
The tubes move. The tubes move. The tubes move up to the plane.
Oh, I thought the plane moved to the tube.
The plane moves near the tube, and then the tube sort of zooms in onto the door. Anyway, and we were stuck on the runway for a long time, and were unable to use our phones even then.
Oh. Really?
Well, that's the end of that. Thanks, Zara.
Thanks, bye.
Yeah. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Well, no one's able to... Oh, I tell you what we need. And Chris was banging on about this, and this is very exciting. Well, is it exciting? I don't know. We'll find out. Do any private detectives... What are they private detectives, or are they PIs? PIs are in America, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the abbreviated version, isn't it?
Well, the PIs are the abbreviated version of private investigator.
Of course.
But it's American. Magnum was a PI, and I don't think we have it. Anyway, do any of you guys, PDs, listen to this show? And does anyone still hire you in London? 0870 90 90 973.
On 97.3
DAB
and online.
London's biggest conversation. LBC.
It's 8:30. I'm Holly Holland. The McLaren Formula One team's out of the constructors' title race for this season over the spying row. The FIA's also fined the Woking-based outfit almost £50 million after accusations they used a leaked Ferrari dossier. Lewis Hamilton's driver's points tally remains unaffected, though. The Princess Diana Memorial Fountain in Hyde Park has been dyed red by protesters. Demonstrators say it was time to coincide with the world's largest arms fair that's currently taking place in Docklands. Diana was well known for working with landmine survivors. A van driver's critically ill after an accident in Purley. Just after 1:30, a lorry and a van collided on Foxley Lane. The road is still closed both ways. Stay with LBC for travel updates. And Michael Palin has admitted his new travel series through the former Eastern Bloc may not be all it seems. The former star of Monty Python has revealed his trip, presented as a single journey, was actually made by taking several separate journeys, something he doesn't mention in Michael Palin's New Europe, which begins on Sunday. In London's travel news, as you've been hearing, Foxley Lane in Purley is closed both ways with an accident between Woodcote Road and Peaks Hill Rise. And in London's weather, dry overnight with some mist patches forming, lows of 11 degrees Celsius, and feeling cooler tomorrow in the morning with a chance of some light showers, but sunny spells expected in the afternoon. You with LBC, it's 8:31.
Join London's biggest conversation with James O'Brien.
I have a problem, right? It's an age-old problem.
What are you doing?
Oh, why?
It sounds like you are having a wee while talking to me.
I'm doing my housework.
That's the flush.
And the other thing I wanted to tell you about is the chicken.
Has Justin Timberlake just come into the room behind you?
No, I'm at Chessington.
Oh, you're at the World of Adventure?
Yeah.
Required listening wherever you are.
People phoning us from the lavatory and from Chessington World of Adventure in the space of 2 calls.
James O'Brien, weekday mornings from 10. LBC 97.3. LBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Excuse me? I have a frog in my throat. Of all things. I'm still confused by this Led Zeppelin. You may have heard me say before, I'm not a massive fan of the Led Zeppelin. But there's 22 million people have applied just to go on a lottery, and you get picked out of the lottery, and then you can buy a ticket? That sounds insane. Surely only Neil Diamond is worth something like that. I had a dream about Neil Diamond the other night, but we'll save that for another day. Who's been here the longest? Alex has. Hello, Alex.
Hey.
Hey.
How you going?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So, I've got something to talk about aeroplanes and airports.
Hang on, weren't you on earlier?
No.
Okay.
I just sound really old.
Okay, well, fine. Yeah. So go on.
Well, okay, so I want to transfer from England to Detroit and then to Tampa.
Detroit Rock City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got to, we got to Detroit and then we went on holiday. And it was on the way back that we got from Tampa to Detroit because basically to save money. And then when we got to Detroit, well, obviously, nature calls.
Feel free to jump to the interesting part of the story at any moment.
Yeah, it gets interesting.
Good,
it gets more interesting.
I do hope so.
So I go to the bathroom, and in America, everything's just like it's just 10 times bigger than you get in the UK.
Literally. It's literally 10 times bigger.
Of course. And I get in there, and now the thing is, in Detroit Airport, they have about 5 massive restrooms all across the long strip. It is a big airport, but that was, kind of a small part of the airport. And they got 5 big restrooms, like, stretched across this long strip of, like McDonald's or whatever. So anyway...
As I said, Alex, any time you want to jump to the interesting part of this story, then you just feel you go ahead and do it.
Okay. This is the interesting part.
Okay, let's get there. Okay.
So in the bathrooms, you've got the normal, like facilities.
Right, that's not the interesting bit. Yes.
Okay. And
come on.
The interesting part
is
the bathroom doors are grey and they do not have locks on them. And you can't see through them.
What?
So I need to go to the bathroom, okay?
Alex, you've just told... Don't recap the story. I know it's a long one. You don't need to recap it.
Okay. And I open the door.
Right.
And because there are no locks on the door, and because there are about 10 other people in there...
Yes.
Can you guess what happened next?
Will you just blooming tell me, for God's sake? This is what I'm feeling like. Come on, right, I want you to give me the punchline to the story with this music. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go on, then.
I opened the door, and there was a guy doing his business. And there were 10 other people, and I slowly turned around, they were all looking at me. And the only thing I could do was just... stare back at them and walk off in shame, and I didn't even get to go to the restroom.
Wow, I don't know. Was that the dullest story ever? Really? I don't know. Max!
Yo!
Yes!
Yeah, hello.
Yo!
Sorry, I'm not being clever or anything, but you know that thing you said is called a tube?
Yes.
That connects to the plane? I think
yes.
It's called a jetty.
No, that's not the jetty. The jetty's for boats.
Sorry?
You're thinking of a jetty aeroplane?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the planes that go fast, the jetties.
There's a tube that these people walk through that connects to the plane. Is that called a jetty?
No, you're thinking of Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh.
It doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even make sense, but I said it.
All right.
What is that noise?
That noise is a coffee machine.
What?
I'm at the airport. I'm just having a drink of coffee. I'm on a break.
Oh, well, do you work at an airport?
Yeah. But I'm not on the planes. I just drive a bus, I'm saying.
Oh, you're not one of those people that takes the passengers from the thing to the plane?
I used to do that. I used to pick up the crew and that, take them to the hotel back to the plane.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, is there anyone there you can ask what those stairs are called?
I'll get back to you. I'll ring back, because I'm going to the airport now.
Okay, please do.
I'm at the depot right now.
I finish at 10 o'clock, so it'd be really good to know before then.
What do you want to know? What's the question again? Say again?
Oh, for goodness sake. There's the tube that goes up to the plane and sucks the passengers out. What's it called?
I'll find out and I'll let you know.
And don't just phone up and say
10,
jetty.
15 minutes. No one.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you. Bye.
Oh, dear. Jessica.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hiya.
How are you doing? You right?
Yeah, I'm fine tonight.
You're near Slough.
I am quite near Slough.
Where near Slough?
Can't tell you that.
Why? Is it top secret?
I'm working.
Oh, are you on a mission? Are you on a mission? Near Slough. Okay, so what's that, Burnham?
I can't tell you that.
It's not Windsor, because you'd say near Windsor if you were Windsor, so it's probably the other way. So is it either Burnham or Langley? Is it Langley?
No, actually.
It's not the other way. It's not Farnham Royal or anything, is it? Farnham Common.
Why would you think the private detectives wouldn't listen to your programme?
Are you a private detective?
Yeah.
And you're a lady private detective. Suddenly it's got a little bit sexy, the show. Well, I don't know what. Surely, you're obviously on a case, then, are you?
I am. Yeah.
What are you? What is it? Kidnap wife or something?
No, nothing. So.
Are you checking to see if her husband's being unfaithful?
Other way round, yes.
Oh, you're following a woman?
I am.
Oh, this is like Cheaters.
Not quite.
Have you watched Cheaters?
Yeah, we've seen it.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Well,
Cheaters detectives followed Miss Jessica to the rendezvous point where she met with her partner. It's great. So,
quite good, actually.
well, that's fine.
Nothing at the moment, but we're not actually from your area where we are, and I can only get you on digital where we live.
Okay.
So whenever we get a job in this area, we always listen to your channel.
Yeah, okay. But you're not going to tell us anything about the mission or how it's going.
Boring.
Is she cheating?
Yes.
Okay, Jessica, listen, thank you for that. There we go, lovely. 0870 90 90 973. We're asking... the thumbs up when you're ready, Alex. We're asking, are private investigators, are they listening to the show? And does anyone hire them? Apart from just following your partner around just to see if they're cheating or something, is there anything else that they do? Do they ever get used when the police have let you down? Like there's been a murder or something in the family or something like that, and the police say, do you know what, the case is we've had to close the case, there's not enough evidence. Do you think they've ever been to a private detective and they've sorted it out for you? 0870 90 90 973. And no one has called in to say that they wear skinny ties. I wonder why. Because they're very, very popular at the moment. They really have taken off a lot, and I saw a lot of them yesterday, and it just confused me. It confused me as to why they were rubbish the first time around. They're rubbish this time around. Oh, now this is exciting. We're giving away some stuff tomorrow, and I wouldn't mind getting my hand on one of these. SoftUK.com has given us BioShock. It's a computer game for the Xbox 360. Now, it's a first-person shooter played out in Rapture, an underwater utopia in the grips of a genetic civil war. Within the game, you can even genetically modify, emphasise the wrong word, your body to become a lethal weapon. It's rated 10 out of 10 by the official Xbox 360 magazine and 95% by PC Gamer. I must warn you, ladies and gentlemen, it's an 18 only. 18s and over only. It's what we like to call an adult game. I think it's because it's quite violent. I don't know, but it's supposed to be excellent. You know, I nearly bought it the other day. We'll be giving that away tomorrow we'll be having a quiz. We'll be having a quiz, a London quiz tomorrow, and asking. So, gen up on your knowledge of London, and we'll be asking questions and giving that away, and that should be a lot of fun. So, 0870. Oh, we do. What time should we do Brian Wilson? Do you want to do him after 9? Before after 9? Just after 9. I'm being told by my producer Christian. They'll be doing him just after 9. It was, without a shadow of a doubt, the most exciting thing I've ever. This is the most exciting 6 minutes of my life. I was so nervous, but I got to hang out with Brian Wilson of the. I say hang out. We were with him for 7.5 minutes. It cut down to a nice 6-minute interview. We'll be playing it after 9 o'clock. There you go. Thanks very much. 0870 90 90 973 is now. What did I just say then to make the phones go mental? Did I drop a swear in? Did I say we were giving away hot cash? I don't know. Let's go to Dave. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Ian.
You're right.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, you're talking about old Led Zeppelin.
Oh, old Led Zeppelin, yes.
Yeah, old, very old. And you know Stairway to Heaven, but you don't.
I don't know. The only bit I know is da 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 da, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. That's the only bit I know, and I think I got most of the tune wrong there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, well, no, it's pretty good.
Okay.
But you're right. You're saying that Roy Farris did a version.
Yeah.
And also Frank Zappa's done a version.
Oh, has he now?
Oh yeah, and I saw him do it live.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I see him back in '89 or whenever it was.
Yeah, I got into him so late. I got a brilliant live video of Frank Zappa though, where it's what album is it? It's not One Size Fits All. It's the other one.
Oh.
It's where it's about 73 the concert, and he's being treated like a pop star, and it's really weird to see him playing all these freaky chords and time changes, and the crowd are just going mad for it, like it's a Beatles concert or something.
Oh yeah. Well, Ringo Starr played Frank Zappa in the film.
200 Motels. Now that's hard work to get through.
It's very odd. That is very odd.
Yeah, I'm a fan of my psychedelic, slightly obscure left-of-centre films. Head, for example, being one of the greatest films of all time.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, you've not seen Head? Oh, man, it's the Monkees film. Go out, you can get it on DVD for like £4.
I'll do that tomorrow.
Get it, man, because you will love it. It is. You just imagine the Monkees TV series, then watch that film and go, huh? Zappa's in it as well. Zappa pops up in it.
Oh, wow. And, and also at the same gig at Wembley where he did Stairway to Heaven, he did I Am the Walrus.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And Bolero.
Oh, man, he's missed. Frank Zappa is sadly missed. I'm going to have a little...
The estate of Bolero wouldn't allow him to release it.
Really?
No.
I'm going to have a bit of a Frank Zappa weekend, Dave, because of you. Thank you for that.
Lovely. I love you. I love you, Ian.
I love you too, man. I do love Dave. I don't know who he is. Seems like a nice fella. 0870 90 90 973. You're listening to Iain Lee's Good Evening on LBC, London's biggest conversation, where the fun never ends. It's time for this. It's the travel news now. It's Amanda.
Thanks very much, Ian. Well, the roads have really calmed down now compared to what they were earlier. The motorways are running very well for the time of the evening. The M25 and the M1 have no reported problems, but do expect some delays to the north of town in Tottenham as Hale Road has 2 lanes blocked outside of the station because of roadworks, whilst in King's Cross, Midland Road is shut to northbound traffic for roadworks between Euston Road and Brill Place. In Earls Court, there are gas main works blocking off a lane on Earls Court Road to southbound traffic just before you get to Old Brompton Road. And in Wandsworth, it's a bit slow at the moment on the A3 West Hill because of the roadworks there. Now, heading down to Purley, some really good news here as Foxley Lane has finally reopened again both ways between Woodcote Road and Peakshill Rise. Of course, that road was shut for over 7 hours with a serious crash there. In Sutton, and the traffic lights are out on Cheam Road both ways at Sutton Park Road. Whilst on the tubes, the delays have now cleared from the East London line, but there are still delays on the Edgware branch of the Northern line. LBC 97.3 Travel, your next update is in half an hour.
What would you like to learn if only you had the time? Are you curious about how to manage your money properly? Do you know the best way to learn a language? Or do you fancy tips on making even better conversation? If so, then you need our brand new service, LBC Learning. Pick up helpful hints and download courses which you can listen to anywhere and at any time.
This is the course for you, whether you want to learn French, German...
Conversation is the most intimate form of contact after sex.
Log on to lbc.co.uk/learning. LBC Learning. LBC Learning. Learn something new today.
So, well done. You've done an amazing job converting what was essentially just a shack here on this nudist beach. And I must say, it's been incredibly liberating for me doing the whole show in the nude. How have you found it?
It's been wonderful.
Well, I'm glad you've enjoyed it as well.
Thank you.
And that's all for this week on Property Ladder. See you next time.
Missed an unbelievable episode of Property Ladder? Catch it an hour later on Channel 4+1. Now available on Freeview, Sky and Virgin Media.
Look around you. How many of the people around you right now could become ill at any time? At GlaxoSmithKline, we undertake medical research to develop new drugs for today and tomorrow. We just need you to help us with our clinical trials at our research unit at Clinical Imaging Centre London. You'll be paid for your time and commitment if you take part in the study. So, if you're healthy and aged between 18 and 60, then call us today on 0800 707 6068. That's 0800 707 6068. Help us help people to do more, feel better, live longer. Iain Lee's Good Evening.
What was that? What? What are you doing?
Sorry, am I on?
Yes.
Hello.
What were you doing?
I was talking to my cat.
Is it called Fluffy?
Clippy.
Clippy?
Yes.
Clippy.
Clippy. Clippy. Clippy. Clippy. Clippy. Say hello to Ian.
No.
Say hello.
Hey, did you hear my idea that I tried to sell to Duncan Bannatyne?
No.
Right, so this is a genuine idea, and I genuinely think this is brilliant, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hang yes, you can turn it off. If anyone's listening to me, you can turn it off, and yes. Right, so you've got the door in your living room, all right? You have a cat flap in the back door.
Right.
You've got the door in the living room. You want to shut the door to keep the draft out. The cat scratches on the door. You put a cat flap in that door. But This is the genius thing. It's not a flappy cat flap that looks rubbish and gets all dirty. The cat flap opens sideways like a door, and it's an exact replica of the door that it's in. So it's a genuine. It's a miniature version of the door, and it opens. It's got a double hinge, so it opens backwards and forwards.
Oh, fantastic.
It is genuinely brilliant, isn't it?
Fantastic. Does your cat like using the cat flap?
Oh, what she does sometimes. Yeah, she's all right with the cat flap. She doesn't like using it, but she uses it.
No, see, mine don't either.
She finds it very undignified, and she does it. She goes through it really slowly.
Yes, mine do too.
Hates it. But sometimes what she does do, and it's really annoying, she'll sit there and just just flap it like a boxer hitting one of those balls.
Right. Saying, Daddy, let me in.
Yeah, she's weirdo, my cat. But yeah, she's she doesn't like going through it, but she will go through it.
Right, if she has to.
If she has to, yes.
She has
Poor little
to.
girl.
Well, listen, I rang up because I was a little bit concerned.
Oh.
Can cats get foot and mouth?
What?
Can cats get foot and mouth?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Well, no, hang on. No, hang on. No, I think... No, let me rephrase that. I don't think so. Oh, hang on, let me rephrase that. I don't know.
Well, I don't know whether any of your listeners would know, because I'm a little bit frightened. So I've got 3 cats.
Yeah.
And I live fairly close to Egham. But, I mean, it's in the vicinity of, the foot and mouth that's going on at the moment. And I started to get a little bit concerned.
Yes. Well, hang on, let's ask someone. David, can cats get foot and mouth?
I don't think so, mate. I think they get whisker and tail disease.
It'll be whisker and tail disease, Jane. You're fine.
Whisker and tail disease?
Yes. It's where their tails fall off and turn into whiskers.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
Ugh.
Jane, I wouldn't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, they could die, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah, now, when you put it like that, suddenly it becomes a... Well, I'm sure someone will call in and let us know.
Well, if they could, I would much appreciate it.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. What a strange woman. David.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Do you ever worry, mate, that you're sending people loopy through the airwaves?
In what way?
Well, before I came on,
yes.
I was practicing my good evening.
Yes.
Good evening. And I just thought, that's a bit mad.
You're sitting in your car, are you?
I am, yeah.
And you're just practicing saying good evening in a silly voice?
Well, yeah, I was sort of anticipating getting on, and I was sort of giving it the good evening, or should I go for the good evening? Just sort of practicing them, and I thought, I'm flipping crazy, and not only that, but I wouldn't be this way if it wasn't for your show.
Right, yes.
Are you not at all concerned that maybe sending people a bit loopy?
Don't worry, I'll snap you back to reality very shortly.
Okay.
It's the least I can do.
You were talking about private investigators. Actually, I can help you on a couple of fronts, mate.
Go on then, let's have it.
Private investigators and a little bit of Led Zeppelin for you.
Oh, okay.
Which do you want first?
Let's start with the private investigators.
Okay. One of the other things they do is they follow around high-profile executives,
right,
who are claiming to be ill or not well enough to go to work.
Okay.
But
dodge pots, then?
Yeah, absolutely. Jet setting and playing golf and what have you.
Oh,
so
okay. So it's like saying, I can't come into work because I've got a bad back, but then they're like decorating the flat or something.
Oh, yeah, they're helping their mates move into their place or...
Right. Do high-flying executives do that?
Yeah, I think it'll probably be more like sort of golf or...
Right.
Swimming in the Med or something.
Yes.
But stuff that they shouldn't be doing. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, Led Zeppelin.
Oh, yes, Led Zeppelin, yes.
Okay, I'm going to add a little bit to your repertoire, if you will, because what's the bit that you know?
Da, 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 and she's buying a stairway to heaven.
Okay, I think I can add something before that.
Okay.
Got something to go with it. I think it goes, and I'm not going to try to sing it because I'm quite bad at that.
Yeah.
Because there are 2 paths you can go by, but in the long run, you can always change the road you're on. And then...
Oh, hang on, he's telling me Stairway to Heaven. No! I've gone this far. Of course, I can play a bit of Stairway to Heaven. Here it is. I've gone this far in my life without hearing Stairway to Heaven. I have been in rooms when it's been played, and I've walked out because I don't want to hear it now. It's that thing like I've only ever seen one complete episode of Friends. I don't want any more than that. That's it's fine as 'tis. It's fine as 'tis. 0870. I've got this damn frog in my throat. I might have to send Lady Alex down there to get it out. Alex, you prepared for a mission to get a frog out of my throat? Can you do that for me?
Yes, please.
Excellent stuff. There was that fella in China, wasn't there? This is true, the tallest man in the world. He's like, I don't know, 8 foot, I don't know how tall, he's the tallest man in the world. And he was like, I think he's like, I don't know if he was walking past a dolphin or if he looks after dolphins. This is an absolutely true story. And this dolphin was choking on a plastic bag and they couldn't get it out. And because he was the tallest man in the world, he's got the longest reach in the world. And he was able to put his arm right down inside a dolphin, right down to the tail bit, and pulled the bag out and saved a dolphin's life. Tallest man in the world, that's a fact. 0870 9090 973. Iain Lee's Good Evening, where the fun never ends.
Ding dong. I say, looking for a new pad to buy or rent in the capital? Then open the right doors with rightmove.co.uk, the UK's #1 property website. From renting a studio to buying a mews house, they add a rather impressive 2,500 properties every day. So, if you're hunting for a home to buy or rent in London, open the right doors at rightmove.co.uk for properties with a little more ding-dong.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Yes, Andy.
Good evening, mate. How are you tonight?
I've been listening to Sparks all day for the first time in a long, long time.
Oh, this town ain't big enough for the both of us.
Oh, there's a brilliant album of theirs called Plagiarism, and it's them doing doing cover. The version of the string version of This Town Ain't Big Enough is great.
It's fantastic.
And also the string version of Change. Have you heard that?
No, I don't know that. I've got that album though.
Get it. Go and get right after this phone call. Put the phone down, turn the radio off just for a few minutes, get the album out, listen to Change by Sparks, the string version. It has all of the answers, Andy.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm telling you, it has the answers in there. I listened to that song, I've listened to that song 35 times, no exaggeration today, at least.
I was in France a couple of months ago, and I was just listening to the radio there, and that version of This Town Ain't Big Enough for the both of us came on the radio, and I just laughed. I said, listen to this, to my mate. I said, listen to this, how fantastic is that?
Yeah, it's just they are a superb band. I've got a feeling they might be coming back sometime this year. We must get them in again if they do.
They were on Jonathan Ross not long ago.
Yeah, they were. They came in the studio that time they were in as well.
Yeah.
They came in and on this show and were just the most... and we did the whole interview.
Guys.
I said to them, listen, fellas, we're going to do the whole interview and we're not going to mention that song. And they said, what? That song, we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to talk about your new stuff. They're like,
yes.
Really? And they were so overjoyed not to have to talk about This Town Ain't Big Enough. That they well, anyway, they were very
having said that, I mean, Amateur Hour is also a good
Amateur Hour goes on and on. They're brilliant. But yes, go everyone, I urge you, go and get Plagiarism by Sparks, listen to Change, and it's just got life's answers in there, I think. It's
I
such a
promise
good
you
song.
I'll listen to it now in just a few minutes.
Please do, mate, thank you. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Well, two things. First of all, those things that you walk through at airports are called air bridges.
No, they're not.
They are.
Well, the tunnels that come up, that go up to the plane and suck the passengers out.
Yeah.
They are not called air bridges.
I swear to God, they are.
Well, how come I've never heard that phrase before, and I've been on planes at least 5 times.
Well, I came through some airport the other day. I was in Amsterdam, Schiphol, and I noticed that there's a little driver's position where there's all screens and there's a joystick where they drive them.
I want to work there one day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'd love to.
And I may do
there
that.
Was there was a little sign there that said Thyssen Airbridge.
No, that just might be like Tannoy. You know, they're not really called Tannoys. That's just a brand name.
It's a trade name. No, I think Airbridge is what they're referred to as.
Okay. Oh well, let's say we've got a fellow who claims to work at an airport calling us back shortly to let us know.
Now, another thing about using a mobile phone in planes.
Yeah.
Have you read recently they're talking about starting to allow people to use mobile phones in planes, and they're going to put kind of micro cells in the plane so that you have to pay and all that?
No, I didn't know this.
Oh yeah, they're going to introduce it. So suddenly from it being dangerous and illegal, suddenly it's going to be okay.
It's okay and profitable.
Yeah, funny that.
Yes.
So, yeah, I really think it's not. I know that they make you turn things off in the first 10,000 feet, but I think, if you think about it, Ian, when your plane's flying along, it is in visual sight of hundreds of mobile phone transmitters. So a little one in the plane ain't going to make any difference.
I wouldn't have thought so. It's all very... It's this thing about mobile phones that, you can't use them in hospitals. Well, I think I've seen doctors using them in hospitals.
I know, it's nonsense.
Andy, listen, thank you for that. Go and listen to Change.
I certainly will. Hey, man, can I tell you about one other thing?
You got 30 seconds.
Have you heard of a thing called Animusic?
No.
Okay, go to YouTube and type in Animusic, A-N-I music.
Yeah, I'm jotting it down.
It's just the most fantastic thing. It's music animated to kind of animated instruments and robots playing the instrument. It's fantastic.
Andy, I shall check it out. We've just made a swap there, and I like that.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks, Andy. I'll speak to you later on.
Have a good evening.
Go and listen to the answers. 0870 9090 It is Change by Sparks. Sometimes you just get a song and you just keep playing it again and again. I've listened to it on a loop all day. Anyway, we'll have a bit of Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys after this, the latest LBC News.
On 97.3
DAB
and online.
London's biggest conversation. LBC.
At 9, McLaren responds to their record fine over the spying row. Diana's memorial is dyed red in protest at Docklands, and the McCanns meet with social services. It's 9 o'clock. I'm Holly Holland. Formula One team McLaren have come out fighting over their penalty for spying. The Woking-based outfit has been dropped from this year's constructors' title and fined almost £50 million for allegedly using a leaked Ferrari dossier to gain an advantage. Their drivers keep their points, though, so Lewis Hamilton stays 3 points clear in the title race. Head of McLaren Ron Dennis gave his reaction at a news conference in Paris earlier.
I do not accept that we deserve to be penalised or our reputation damaged in this way. Today's evidence given to the FAA clearly demonstrated that we did not use any leaked information to gain a competitive advantage.
Protesters outraged by the world's largest arms fair taking place in Docklands have dyed the Princess Diana Memorial fountain red. Tourists have been shocked by the colour of the blood-red water flowing through the sculpture in Hyde Park. Diana was well known for working with charities which cleared landmines. One of 2 robbers shot dead by armed police in Hampshire held a gun to a security guard's head, according to eyewitnesses. Flying squad officers had been tipped off about a possible robbery at an HSBC bank in Chandler's Ford near Southampton. Jamie Radcliffe was in the high street where it happened and describes what he saw.
When I came out the butcher's, there were 2 cars coming straight down this high street. By the time I got down to the scene, I could see what appeared to be a white male on the floor losing mass amounts of blood. The other one was also being resuscitated. They were both busy being resuscitated by the police.
Madeleine McCann's parents have spent the day discussing their case with social services. We're told it's standard procedure when parents are named as suspects abroad to have their case looked at by their local authority. It's still not clear whether Portuguese police have been given a copy of Kate McCann's diary or Jerry McCann's laptop. Initial results have indicated the latest foot and mouth outbreak in Surrey comes from the same strain as the one found near Guildford last month. The case was discovered at a farm in Egham yesterday, around 10 miles from Purbright. Ministers are insisting they hadn't been too quick to declare the UK free of the disease. Graham Brooke from the Cattle Veterinary Association told LBC there's a difficult time ahead for farmers.
It's very damaging to the farming industry. We're just coming up to that time of the year when there's very large numbers of stock movements required. Store cattle, hill sheep and things like that have to be moved within the next couple of months. Otherwise, there's no feed for them over the winter where they are at the moment. Agriculture needs to move large number of animals at this time of the year, and if they can't, there's going to be serious welfare and financial problems.
In London's travel news, a crash has closed the westbound entry slip road to the A127. That's affecting traffic from the M25 at junction 29 for Romford. In London's weather, dry overnight with some mist patches forming, lows of 11 degrees Celsius. Feeling cooler in the morning tomorrow with a chance of some light showers, but sunny spells are expected in the afternoon with highs of 19 degrees Celsius. With LBC, it's 9:03.
This is LBC
97.3.
Waiting is pointless. It's biting your nails, tapping your foot. No one wants to be waiting's mate. It's a bus stop in the rain, standing 10 deep at the bar. It's a delivery slot between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Waiting for the latest mobile phone isn't Vodafone's idea of fun. Pick up the exclusive Nokia 6110 Navigator with GPS in store before anyone else, and even walk out talking on it fully charged. Waiting? What a waste. Vodafone. Make the most of now.
Time is like money. Any that you have spare is very precious. So why don't you invest some of your time in something really worthwhile? GlaxoSmithKline are looking for volunteers to take part in medical trials at Clinical Imaging Centre London. In return, you'll be compensated for your time and inconvenience. So if you're healthy and aged between 18 and 60, then call us today on 0800 707 6068. That's 0800 707 6068. And find out how you can invest in the future. Help us help people to do more, feel better, live longer.
LBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Good evening.
Now that's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That is what I'm talking about. So, you can keep calling 0870 90 90 973. Now, if anyone has ever listened to this show before, you'll know that the greatest band in the world are California's finest, the Beach Boys. Now, Brian Wilson, who is God, wrote all the Beach Boys songs, invented... I've got hair in my mouth, what's that from? Invented the Beach Boys harmonies, the Beach Boys sound, invented the whole California sound, and made some of the best pop records ever. Ever. You know, he was on a par with the Beatles, churning out pop and then getting all creative and artistic and fantastic. Anyway, he's doing concerts. What's this in my mouth? He's doing concerts this week at the Royal Festival Hall, where he's playing lots of Beach Boys hits, lots of obscure Beach Boys album songs, and a new piece that he's written specially called Lucky Old Time. But don't worry, I've heard it. It's not, wobbly, fat music by an old man who shouldn't be on stage. It's brilliant. The lyrics are maybe a little bit hammy, but they're not written by him. But the music is fantastic. Anyway, I got to meet Brian Wilson, who is my hero, the other day, and, this is what happened.
I'm thinking about this whole world. Late at night, I think about the love of this whole world. Lots of different people everywhere. And when I go anywhere, I see love, I see love, I see love.
Iain.
Nice to meet you, man. I know.
What's your name?
Chris.
Iain and Chris, you good buddies?
Yeah.
Yes.
Till the end, or just
till the end, sort of.
All the way.
Okay.
Hey, listen, you phoned me up a while ago when you were making those phone calls for Hurricane Katrina.
Right.
And you phoned me at my house, and I was just a nervous wreck. How many of those phone calls did you have to make? Do you remember?
500.
Were you dialing all the numbers yourself?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
You got cramp in your finger?
I sure did. We didn't do them all one day.
Oh, okay.
We did it over a period of a week.
What was the weirdest question you got asked? Because people were allowed to ask you a question, weren't they?
They asked me pretty weird questions. I don't recall any one question.
Yeah.
But some of them are pretty far out.
So you've composed a new piece for this Royal Festival Hall. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, that Lucky Old Son of narrative. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had a creative explosion back about summer, not this summer, but the last summer. I couldn't stop writing. The songs started coming like, you know how in Las Vegas, all of a sudden all those quarters start to come out?
Yeah.
That's how it was with my music. It just came fast, real fast.
Why is that? Because you did have kind of a quiet period, and it's been a few years between albums.
There was a lot built up inside of me that I needed to express.
Yeah.
So the songs just start coming one by one, you know.
And why have you chosen to perform it in England first? Because I always think that the Beach Boys and you, in particular, have kind of had a bit more credibility in England, and you've been treated more as artists, whereas in the States, you kind of look like a pop band.
Yeah. Well, the people here are more sensitive to art, rock, to music, and art and pop music, and their tastes are more widespread. Americans just don't know what they're doing.
Can you describe it? I know it's difficult to describe music. That's a silly question, but what kind of feel has it got?
Well, there's three things. First, it starts out, up in the morning, out on the job, Work so hard for my pay, but that lucky old son got nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. That theme continues throughout the piece. And it goes into what I call narratives, spoken word narratives that they of me talking about Los Angeles and California, how life is, and crazy little things like owl hoots his last goodbye to a coyote on patrol. I mean, who would write those?
Have you collaborated with anyone on this, or has it all come from your head?
I collaborated with my band member Scott Bennett.
Okay.
He did the lyrics,
Right.
a lot of the lyrics.
Have you got... Because you've worked with some brilliant lyricists. Is there one in particular that has... You've gone, wow, what is this guy coming out with? This stuff is amazing.
Van Dyke Parks is probably that person that does that kind of thing.
Over and over, the crow cries uncover the cornfield, man. What a lyric. What a lyric.
Yeah. He was very creative. Creative guy.
Now, I also read you're going to be doing some slightly more obscure Beach Boys songs.
Yeah.
Any hints?
Well, we're going to do Girl Don't Tell Me, You'll Write Me Again This Time.
Yeah.
We're doing Salt Lake City, a song off the Summer Days, Summer Nights album. And She Knows Me Too Well, which is kind of a slower ballad kind of thing.
Are you doing my favourite Beach Boys song? And this is genuinely my favourite Beach Boys song. And every time I say it to people, they go, what? But Marcella is one of the greatest rock songs ever.
Marcella is probably one of the greatest rock songs I ever wrote. I didn't write that many real rock songs, I wrote more Beach Boy pop type songs.
Yeah.
But that one was a rock song.
And the band, when you play it with the band now, it's got like this dirty guitar sound to it. It just sounds fantastic.
Well, it's just because of the fuzz.
Yeah.
The fuzz tones.
Yeah. Is it you did Pet Sounds for the last time? Was that last year or was that earlier this year? Because I came and saw it.
Last year, yeah. It was last year.
And then you went to the States and you did some gigs with Al Jardine. How did that go? Was that weird or good?
No, it was too weird. It didn't go over.
Really?
He and I didn't get along. He was way too intense.
Really?
Too egotistical and too hard to work with.
Oh, that's a shame. That must have been disappointing.
It was very disappointing.
So you've got this music coming out. Is it still coming out? Have you got more coming out? Do you think there's ever going to be a point when you go, I don't need to write anymore?
I don't know. I can't answer that question.
And do you enjoy performing? Because I know that for a while it made you very, very uncomfortable.
I enjoy performing, yeah. I do. I think it's good to sing. I think singing is a good expression of your, whatever you want to call it, your soul or your feelings. And like Phil Spector,
One more thing, and this maybe you can't answer this. My favourite Beach Boys song is Marcella. Just because it's...
Hey, Marcella, one arm over my shoulder, sandals dancing my feet, eyes that'll knock you right over. Yeah.
Ooh, Marcella, so sweet.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Is there one Beach Boys song, not an obvious one, but one that you think, do you know what, that's a brilliant song and no one ever mentions it, no one ever picks up on it?
The Little Girl I Once Knew is one of those kind of songs. Yeah.
Hey, listen, Brian, it's been really cool to meet you. Am I allowed to take a photo with you? Is that allowed, or is
Absolutely.
that... God bless you. Thank you so much for talking to me, and thank you for your music, man. You're a legend. Man alive. Oh, Marcella's so sweet. With the Brian Wilson, I do hope you'll bear me the indulgence of playing that interview again. Hit it, Alex. No, I'm joking. But I hope you'll... and I think there are still a few tickets left. Brian Wilson at the Royal Festival Hall. Fantastic. What did you make of that, Greeky Lion?
Well, it was okay.
Okay. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. But you can check out brianwilson.com as well. Why not? Or just go and buy some Beach Boys records. Go and buy Sunflower. Go and buy Beach Boys Greatest Hits. Go a little bit nuts. Try Friends in 2020. They're on the same CD. It's slightly obscure, but good. Anyway, Steve.
Good evening, Ian.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Steve, but I had to play that, I feel.
That's right. Brilliant interview. With
Thank
Brian
you, sir.
there.
Yes, the man's a legend.
Yes, he is, and the band.
Oh, I
right,
love him.
the young lady that phoned about the foot and mouth.
Oh, yeah, can cats get the foot in the mouth?
Impossible.
Really?
Yeah. What it is, it affects animals that have clovered hoof or a split hoof. Can you imagine a pig's trotter?
Yes.
Well, now, these animals are like cows, sheep, goats, pigs, and deer. They're the only ones that can get it.
Okay.
If like a horse has got a single hoof,
Yes.
so they can't get it.
Oh, well, hang on. So a clove tooth hoof has got a split in it.
Yeah, like a pig's trotter.
So, in fact, the devil himself could get the foot and mouth.
Yes.
There we go. Well, that's how we stop Beelzebub. We give him a dose of that.
There you go.
Steve, thank you for that.
My pleasure.
Cheers, fella. There we go. Excellent stuff. I did not know that. Did not know that. Matthew.
Yes, Ian, hello.
Hello, how you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. Well, no, I've got a bit of a headache. I'm a bit tired, but I'm fine.
I've had a headache all day, and
Have you?
I've taken way too many Nurofen.
Coming on, but I've got private dicks, equipment,
Yes.
a sprinkler hidden camera, you know, like a sprinkler you get in an office.
Yeah.
A hidden camera in one of those.
You've got one?
No, it's just equipment I've found on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking that would be ironic if you were watching someone set fire to the office. Sprinkler, hidden camera. Then they've got a peephole reverser, you know, for the door, so you can look at the people coming to look at you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and check this out, right? A lovely mobile phone.
Yeah.
I suppose the intention is your wife gets home and you sort of say, I've got you a lovely new phone, dear.
Yeah.
No, that's great, but I like my other one, you know, I prefer my other one. This one's a bit big. No, use this one, because what you can do is you can receive the text messages that she's getting, or he or she.
Or he or she.
And also you can listen into the phone calls as well, if you're within range. And you've got a listen through the wall device, so you can listen to people through a wall. Add to basket. I'm adding all these to basket.
Oh, you're buying them, are you, from a website?
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, well done you, Matthew.
I'm into it. It's cost me about £1,000, but thank you for that.
Matthew, excellent stuff. Thank you for that. It's the travel news now. Let's get that from Amanda Redmond.
Thank you very much, Ian. Well, looking at problems at the moment to the east of town. There's a crash closing the westbound entry slip heading onto the A127. So that's affecting traffic trying to get off the M25 at junction 29 for Romford. So watch out for delays back onto the main carriageway there. Heading round to Tottenham now. Hale Road has 2 lanes blocked off outside of the train station there because of ongoing gas main works. In Tufnell Park, Hilldrop Road has been shut both ways with an incident between Brecknock Road and Camden Road. Any more information on that one, of course, you can ring us on the jam line 08000 68 60 80. In Earls Court, there are gas main works blocking a lane on Earls Court Road to southbound traffic just before you get to Old Brompton Road, whilst in Sutton those traffic lights still aren't working on Cheam Road at Sutton Park Road. And on the tubes, there are still delays on the Edgware branch of the Northern Line. LBC 97.3 travel, your next update is in half an hour.
Do you need more time with Nick?
To come back to the story that's on so many of your front pages.
Or do you want to catch up with Clive?
It's a bizarre story, but apparently it's true.
LBC Plus lets you listen again to a whole world of LBC programmes with no interruptions.
No secular, though.
No interruptions. You can listen on your computer or transfer to your iPod or MP3 player to listen on the move. There's a whole archive of LBC programmes for you to choose from. Or you can catch some special features you just won't hear on the radio. You can join from just £2 a month by going to lbc.co.uk and clicking on LBC Plus. LBC Plus. Just click and listen.
Wednesday night bridge or the picturesque Charles Bridge in Prague. Painting the spare room or admiring Picasso's painting in his museum in Malaga. Squashing into the rush hour bus or enjoying sardines on a beach in Lisbon. Whatever's keeping you here, it won't be the price of flights. With British Airways World Offers, you can now fly to many destinations, including one way to Prague from £35, Malaga from £30 and Lisbon from £39. Don't miss World Offers. Book by the 25th of September at ba.com. Travel from October. Conditions apply.
Improve your home, build from scratch or restore and renovate. Get all the answers and learn how to create your dream home at the London Home Building and Renovating Show. There are over 220 suppliers. Get tips on creating space and adding value to your home. 10 free seminars and masterclasses on self-build and renovation. Find out how to create a greener home in the Eco Home Zone or learn about integrated technology and entertainment in the Smart Home Zone. For discounted tickets, call 0870 010 9031 and quote LBC or log on to lbc.co.uk. The London Home Building and Renovating Show, Friday the 21st to Sunday the 23rd of September at XL with LBC 97.3. LBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
And if you want to come on the radio, 0870 90 90 973. Mitch is in Westcliff. Hello, Mitch.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, sir. You've been trying to avoid Stairway to Heaven for most of your adult life.
Yes, sir.
Right, unfortunately, there's I found a website with 101 different versions of it on there.
What?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
And I've got an album that I actually own called Stairways to Heaven with 22 different versions.
Now, that's from that. Now, isn't there an Australian TV
The Money
show?
or the Gun, yeah.
Is that what that's from?
Yeah.
Where every act that goes on there has to do a version of
That's
Stairway
right.
to Heaven.
That's how they close the show.
Right.
It is fantastic.
I'm never going to hear it.
I know you're never going to hear it, but I thought I'd just share some knowledge.
You thought you'd just show off a little bit, did you,
That
Mitch?
too,
Thought
yeah.
you show off, did you? Or
I'll show off a bit, being a muso myself.
Good showing off, Mitch. Thank you for that.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye. It's G-Man Jr.
Good evening, Ian.
Good evening.
Good evening, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. Now, a lot of people have been contacting me and saying that I only ever agree with you.
Okay, right, yes. Have they? Well, shame on them.
Well, indeed. And there are some things that you and I disagree on.
Okay, well, prove it.
Okay? You think that Anchorman is a bad film.
Yes.
And you think that The Princess Bride is a good film.
That's correct, yes. You've got that the right way around.
I reverse your position and say I think that Anchorman is a great film and The Princess Bride is pants.
What's wrong with The Princess Bride?
Well, there's no plot and it's rubbish.
What do you mean there's no plot? There's two plots. There are at least two plots in that film.
No, but they're both rubbish in the sense that it's made up. It's fantasy, but it's also a fantasy theme as well.
Right. Well, it's a film. Nearly all films these days, G-Man Jr. are fantasies.
I realise that. Yeah, no, you're right. I just personally don't like it.
Okay. You know, you just agreed with me there, don't you?
I agreed with you, but not on everything. No. I have a topic as well. I don't know how your programme's going this evening.
It's going topic is very topical. Yes, we're full, in terms of full of topics. Yes.
But I have one you might want to keep on the back burner.
Okay, go on.
Remember a few weeks ago you did a topic based upon what do you call the television remote? What's your word for it?
The Remy Conch, the magic, the wand, the waver. Yes.
Indeed. Now, I was in a meeting a couple of days ago, a business meeting, and my boss was describing a thing. So he was using the word that he uses when you describe a generic thing.
Yes.
So I work in recruitment, so it was a job title.
Yes.
And he said, if you wanted to recruit a wibbler wobbler.
A wibbler wobbler?
And I've never heard that.
What's that, a
before.
fat lady?
I have no idea. I didn't get the chance to ask.
Well, surely you'd have to. I'm terribly sorry, sir. What is the wibbler wobbler to which you refer?
I almost did.
Well, you'd have to. How could you sit in a meeting and not understand what he's talking about?
Well, it was someone else was doing a presentation.
Oh,
It would have
okay.
been rude to interrupt while he was asking.
Yes.
And go, excuse me, boss.
Yes.
You're mad.
Mm.
But there must be, because, people use the word oojamaflip or, what's it?
Yes.
When they don't know the exact type of word that they're trying to... So I was going to say, you could do a topic of what's the word that you use when you need an example word.
But I don't... What? I don't... Now I'm confused.
Well, when you need to use an example...
So his example word was wibbler wobbler?
Yeah.
But so in the same way that you might say, when you need a thingamabob?
Yes.
Thingamajig, a thingybob?
Yes, that's it, yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, Philip?
Hello, yeah?
Yes. What word do you use when you need an example word like thingybob or whatchamacallit?
A what's it?
A what's it? Now, okay, well, this might have legs, G-Man Jr. I thought it was rubbish, but it's worked. 0870 9090 973. Anything else, boss?
How's Battlestar Galactica going?
I've nearly finished Series 1, very nearly finished, and Series 2 is on its way to me.
I'm about to start watching Series 3.
Oh!
So at some point, we'll catch up and we can talk about it.
I was doing something with a friend of... I say a friend of mine. It's a girl who I sort of know, a girl called Debbie.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up, as I always do with people, talking about Battlestar Galactica. She went, a friend of mine's in that. I went, really?
Really?
Oh, yeah, a friend of mine is that, and he's I went, well, who is he? She goes, I don't know the name of the character he plays. I said, what does he look... It's a bloke. I said, what does he look like? He's quite pretty looking. He's got sort of long black hair. He's a little bit... He said, he's not the sort of traitor doctor, is he? Dr. Gaius? She went, oh yeah, I think that's him, yeah.
Oh, he is British?
She's good friends with him.
Oh, get him on the show.
Oh, well, this is what I'm thinking. Maybe we get Dr. Gaius on the show.
Alternatively... the tall blonde Simon.
Wow. I've got to go, G-Man Jr. Thank you. Philip.
Yes, sir.
How marvellous to have you on the show.
Oh, how very nice to speak to you, sir.
What can I do for you?
I just thought I'd let you know that bit that they walk onto the aeroplane with is called a jetway.
It's called a jetway?
It's actually called a jetway.
Okay, well, so not...
Don't ask me why it's called that.
Why is... you just... Yeah,
I don't know.
Yes, it's called a jetway. Philip, you're calling from Biggin Hill. Does that mean you know about aeroplanes?
Well, I live in Biggin Hill, but I actually work at Gatwick Airport.
Oh, I see. And can I ask
I've been down there about 5 years.
Can I ask what you do?
Yeah, I'm a baggage handler.
Oh, okay, all right. You could have just said, I work in Burger King, which is a perfectly legitimate job to do in the thing.
Yeah, but nothing wrong with Burger King.
Do you go through people's luggage?
All the time.
Good lads.
Good
lads. You know when the things go through the scanners?
Yeah.
Do you ever see, rude things in there?
Yes.
And do you ever... If a rude thing is seen, it might be delicate how we talk about this. Obviously, it's not that late.
Not very delicate, actually, no.
Really? Oh, okay. Do you say, excuse me, can you open that? Do you make them get them out in front of you?
No, I don't actually get involved in that side of it.
Okay, but some people might do for a laugh.
I don't think they would do, no.
Okay. Philip, listen, thank you for that.
No worries.
Good lad, there we go. That's it. If you want to carry your thingamybobs through hand luggage. Hand luggage, I think, is the way forward. Katie!
Hello.
Hello, Katie.
Hi, I just wanted to say Ujima Flip.
Ujima Flip, is it?
It is, it definitely is.
Well, thanks for adding that to the list.
Okay, thanks for a very good show. I listen to you every night on the way home from work.
Well, thank you very much. Cheers, there we go. She phoned up. All she wanted to say to me was Ujima Flip. Well, there we go. Let's have a calm down for a moment and just recap as to where we are. 0870 90 90 973 is the phone number. No, we're not there. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Can I say now would be a very good time for you to call? Because we've got 35 minutes of the show left and there's not that many people. There's a few people in the queue, but I don't like the look of them. I'm suspicious of some of these freaks that have called up so far. So now would be an excellent time for you to call. What have we mentioned so far? Well... we've had Duncan Bannatyne, Brian Wilson. Oh, private detectives we're looking for. What private detective? We've had one call up who was staking out a woman that her husband... I'm into all this cheating now and all this stuff, because I've been watching a lot of not doing it, by the way, but I've been watching a lot of Cheaters and Jeremy Kyle, the two trashiest programmes in the world, and absolutely loving the filth that they have on there. So we've had a private detective who's staking or staking out. I don't know, she's following some woman who her husband thinks might be cheating, I don't know. So if there are any more, 0870 90 90 973, and if you've ever used a private detective, you can give us a call. We've talked about the window washers, but that was really boring, so we'll stop talking about that. I'm glad no one else has called in about that, because actually even I found that quite dull. Maybe I'll mention the bungee jump after the news, because I saw a bungee jump that was potentially going to take place in what could only be described as very dubious surroundings. But Tony is called in with his word he uses when he needs to indicate something generic. Tony.
Where's me whatchamacallit?
You're whatchamacallit. Tony, can I ask you to spell whatchamacallit?
Yeah. Thingy, thing, and thingamajig.
Tony, thank you...
I've got a mother-in-law.
Yes.
And you'd love her. Every other word is thingy, what's it, whatchamacallit. She forgets everything, and it's called a whatchamacallit, everything.
I think I think that affects women more than men. As they get older, everything becomes a thingy bob, what's it, the fella, the one off the telly, the one with the moustache, the gay one.
She was over the park, taking me little niece over the park.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there with one of my wife's friends.
Mm.
The mobile phone rang.
Yes.
So she reaches into her bag, she's pressing a button saying, I can't hear him. When my wife's mate looked, she had the TV control to her ear.
Oh, you're joking. Oh,
Yeah,
bless her.
She got the whatchamacallit mixed up with the thingamajig.
Oh, bless her. Tony, thank you for that, mate. Cheers.
Bye-bye, mate.
Bye-bye, there we go. 0870 90 90 973. So I'm driving past a pub. Just like a pub, and they have like a big concrete car park, and there's a sign outside. This Saturday, bungee jump in the car park. Now, honestly... that can't be safe, can it? Pub car park, bungee jump. You've got to think, well... First of all, I didn't know people still did bungee jumps. Can't you... this is true. Your eyes can pop out if you do bungee jumps. I think they can. I know you can burst blood vessels in your eye, so your eye goes red. I think you can probably go blind. I think if you bungee jump so hard and you get whipped back, your eye can pop out. I think that's true. But a bungee jump in a pub car park, you would have to question how safe that would be, wouldn't you? 0870 9090 973. Why does anyone still do it? It's a ridiculous pastime. Can your eyes pop out if you do it? And would you ever do a bungee jump, he said, trying to stifle a belch, in a pub car park? 0870 9090 973. More of your calls after this.
A slow commute up to town, or a quick ski down the Stubai Glacier in Innsbruck. Painting the spare room, or admiring Picasso's paintings in his museum in Malaga. The supermarket run, or a stroll through the souks of Marrakesh. Whatever's keeping you here, it won't be the price of flights. With British Airways World Offers, you can fly to many destinations, including one way to Innsbruck from £30, Malaga from £30, and Marrakesh from £60. Don't miss World Offers. Book by the 25th of September at ba.com. Conditions apply.
From Mozart to Mahler, Beethoven to Brahms. You love their music, but how much do you know of their background? Starting this Saturday in The Independent, there's a different composer every day. Over the next 2 weeks, build up your collection on the life and times of the great composers. Find out what's behind the music you love. Starting this Saturday, free, only in The Independent. On 97.3
DAB
and online,
London's biggest conversation. LBC.
It's 9:30. I'm Holly Holland. Lewis Hamilton's Formula One team McLaren are out of this year's Constructors' title. The Woking-based outfit has also received a record fine of almost £50 million for allegedly using a leaked Ferrari dossier to gain advantage. But crucially, Drivers' Championship leader Hamilton, who's from Hertfordshire, will keep his points and still be able to compete for the title. The Princess Diana Memorial Fountain in Hyde Park has been dyed red by protesters. Demonstrators say it was timed to coincide with the world's largest arms fair that's currently taking place in Docklands. Diana was well known for working with landmine survivors. Armed police from London have shot dead 2 suspected bank robbers during an attempted robbery in Hampshire. Police opened fire following the incident in Chandler's Ford near Southampton this morning. An eyewitness claims one of the men held a gun to a security guard's head. And Catherine Zeta-Jones is planning to visit India with her children to film a movie with husband Michael Douglas. According to the Times of India newspaper, she's developing a script that's set in the country. In London's travel news, a crash has closed the westbound entry slip road to the A127 that's affecting traffic from the M25 at junction 29 for Romford. And in London's weather, dry overnight with some mist patches forming and lows of 11 degrees Celsius. And feeling cooler tomorrow at first, but sunny spells are expected later in the afternoon. You're with LBC, it's 9:31.
LBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
There we go. Right, 0870 9090 973. I've been showing off to Chris and Alan. Well, Chris came to meet Brian Wilson, and I think he was impressed, but I don't think he was quite as, as starstruck as I was. So I've just been showing off and saying that's what I did, ladies and gentlemen. It's a dream come true. Lynn, are you jealous I met Brian Wilson?
I can't tell you how jealous.
Come on.
Oh, do you know, I just turned the radio on, Ian, and here you are having this just surreal conversation with a surreal man.
Oh, that man, that man has done so much. That man should be dead. It's a miracle that it's his 2 brothers that aren't with us and he's still alive, you know.
I can't believe it. I mean, I tracked down Ocean Pacific Blue. Well, I had it on vinyl and it got broken.
Oh, the Dennis Wilson album?
Yes.
What a fantastic record that is.
You know, I saw it on the gate where I live in Notting Hill, and I was going to be charged about 80. No, they wanted about £120.
Really?
Yeah, but luckily the guy in there said, "Look, I've actually got a copy. I can do you a copy of a CD."
Yeah.
And I was just so elated. I just ran out and bought him the biggest bottle of whiskey I could find.
The first song on that is the first one River Song? Is that what it's called?
Sorry?
Is the first song on that called River Song? I think that's just Dennis Wilson's voice.
Oh, do you know what? I mean, there's no songs on that, just make me want to cry.
It's got a real... Dennis Wilson was the drummer in the Beach Boys. He was Brian's brother. He died, I think, in about 82, 83. He had a lot of problems with drugs and alcohol, and he drowned.
Very much so, but I mean, that was an accident.
Yeah, he was drowning and the water was too cold.
That's right.
And he didn't come up.
I mean, Warren. I mean, he was very sort of underrated.
Oh, he's brilliant, and that whole album has got some. It's got a real mood to it. I can only listen to it like sort of Sunday afternoons or Sunday evenings.
Yeah, do you know?
Because it's really melancholy.
It's so haunting.
Yeah, his
And
voice.
I think, when he goes through some of that pain, which he does, I think about how Murray Wilson, the father, used to pick on him so much.
Oh, he used to pick on him terribly, and Brian as well, and
and Brian.
Brian's possibly Brian Wilson is deaf in one ear. He can never hear his own records in stereo, and one of the rumours is because his dad smacked him around the head with a bit of wood. Now,
Well, he used to actually thump him when he knew he had, because I've got all their albums.
Yeah.
When, they're sort of Beach Boy annuals, sorry. He used to actually just go for that, specific place. Oh, I mean, but my favourite track is In My Room.
It's it's some song, and the harmonies on that. Are you going to go and see him on this tour?
I can't. I was just saying to Chris, I can't get tickets. I'm desperately trying to get tickets.
Do get them because I've seen this band before, and the band, the harmonies are just there's not a gap in there. It's
I
just
can imagine. Apparently, isn't it? Everybody when they know he's actually playing there, there's just this whole stream of people desperate to play with him.
Oh, it's just.
And he has to sort of narrow them down to.
Well, Lynn, I'm sorry, but I met him. You didn't. No.
Oh, that's not fair. But I'm really pleased you did, because I know what a big fan you are. And thank you.
Hey, Lynn, thank you very, very much for that. Cheers.
Welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's weird. It made. I cried when I found out I was going to meet him, and I got a bit teary when he started singing to me. It's Angela.
Hello there.
Hello, Angela.
How are you? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Good. About the eyes and the whole bungee jumping thing.
Can your eyes pop out?
I don't think your eyes can pop out as such, but you could definitely detach your retina, which is the bit at the back of your eye
That's what I meant.
detects the light and stuff.
Sorry to panic, everyone. That's exactly what I meant. Yes, I know you can burst blood vessels in your eye as well, so your eye goes bloodshot. But so what happens if my retina were to be detached? Would I see colours?
You'd have problems because the light affects how you see the colour and stuff. So you'd have definite problems and stuff. But I think it can be sort of treated and stuff as well.
Don't they have to?
But you get that sort of injury like in car accidents and
Yeah,
stuff, where
you
you're
do.
jolted forward.
And I think, don't you have to wear an eye patch and not move your eye or something for 6 months, and then it rejoins
Rest
itself?
it, yeah.
Something like that. I don't know.
Absolutely, yeah. You can damage your spine as well. and stuff, so.
What? You can also smack your head over. Alex was
This
just
is
telling
true,
me.
yeah.
Alex was just telling me he saw that there's a video on one of these world's craziest stunts gone wrong, Volume 8 type thing, where a guy bungee jumps, and as he bounces back up, the rope goes up above him, forms a noose, falls around his neck, and then apparently the fella survived. But it seems to be the most ridiculous, dangerous thing you could possibly ever do.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you were stupid enough to do it, you need to do it sort of over water or something that's actually not going to
Well, saying that though,
really damage you too much. But then
water
the impact
can.
of that.
Have you ever done a belly flop?
No.
Well, if you do a belly flop, it does not hurt. Oh, it stings. Imagine doing that on your head. Belly flopping with your head. Head flopping. I don't know what that would be called. But it just
head flopping. Yeah.
Yes. It's a ridiculous thing to want to do, isn't it?
I think it's a bit strange.
Anyone that
Definitely a bit
does it
strange.
deserves to be pushed off a high thing. Angela, thank you for that.
Oh, the G-Man
Is there
Junior's thing as well.
Yes.
Just thinking, when I can't remember the name of something, I call it the Oofa Doofa.
The Oofa Doofa.
Mm.
Okay, well, we'll add that to the list. Thank you, Angela.
That's okay. One other question. Did you ever have your pancakes?
Oh, you're the pancake lady.
I'm the pancake lady. My new nickname, the pancake lady.
Do you want the truth or shall I lie?
No, because I haven't. I'd totally forgotten about it until
yeah.
I was listening tonight, and I don't even know what made me think of it. But when you just think, I wonder if you had these pancakes, because I haven't.
I forgot to have my pancakes.
Yeah, so did I.
So let's forget them because they're horrible anyway, aren't they?
This is true. That's probably why they're once a year.
Yeah, because you have them, you go, hang on, I remember these are rank actually.
Well, so after two, you're just like, oh God, no more, please.
Yeah, no more pancakes. Although
there you go.
I'm kind of pecky. Angela, thank you for that.
All right, my love, take care.
Bye bye. Yes, we were asking. G-Man Junior was asking, what's your word for things? Your word for things is what we're doing on the radio. Conway!
Hey, Ian.
Hello, Conway.
You all right, mate?
I'm good, yeah.
Yeah, your cat slap door thing.
So this is the thing. the living room door, it's an internal door, have a cat flap that looks like a smaller version of the door that it's in, and it opens. It's got a hinge on the side, so it opens on the side. Brilliant idea, isn't it?
Yeah, is it near the hinge or is it near the...
You'd have it right in the middle, right in the middle at the bottom.
In the middle?
At the bottom, yeah.
Right, okay.
Where's the confusion, Conway?
Does it have a handle where the little cat can use the handle to...
Well, if your cat is advanced enough to use a handle, then yes. Otherwise, it would have a fake handle that serves no purpose apart from to look good.
To look like the door?
So it looks exactly like the door that it's part of, but it's, 8 inches high.
Right, depending on how big your cat was.
Well, yeah, but that's about 8. The cats can get through very small... Conway, where are you... Are you trying to steal my idea?
Chris accused me of that. No.
You seem to be asking a lot of specific questions about the design.
Well, don't know. Is it a two-way door?
Yes, it's got a double hinge, so it goes back both ways.
Really? Have you thought that one out? Because, I mean, you're going to have to scallop the bits out from the back of the hinge because it'd have to turn...
Have you ever been to a restaurant?
Yeah, on the odd occasion, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you'll know that they have doors to the kitchen that the waiters can open. They push open one way, and they can push it open the other way. It has a double hinge.
Oh, right. That's genius. Yeah, double hinge, yeah.
He's stealing my idea, this
But I tell you what, Ian, right?
Yes, Conway.
The door thing for the cat that goes through the thing in your interior door, that's a terrible idea.
So hang on, you just sat there listening to the details of my excellent plan, just so you can say that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, if I was a dragon, I'd kick you out right now.
Well, shame on you. Shame on you. Darren.
Hello.
Hello, boss.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
I've got another word for you for G-Man Junior's thing.
Okay, well, this is really taken off. This seems to be the phenomenon of the airwaves.
It's quite exciting, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, relatively. Ujima-flop.
Yeah, Ujima-flop.
Yeah, not Ujima-flip.
Ujima-flop.
Yeah.
And where did you get that from? Your mum?
No, from my wife.
Oh, okay, that sounds fair enough.
I don't know where she got it from.
I think I just say, what's it? The thingy bob. The thingy bob is what I say. Thingy bob.
No, you need something longer than that. You know, if you can't think of it, you need quite a long word to give you plenty of thinking.
I normally put an expletive before it.
Oh well, yeah.
The flipping thingy bob. Where's that flipping thingy bob?
Yeah, that'll do the trick. You've got to be careful with expletives, haven't you?
You have to be very, very careful with expletives, don't you? Don't you? I find you have to be so careful with them. Not many people have called in about the Led Zeppelin. Considering 22 million people, we've got the new Led Zeppelin song here. Here it is. Considering 22 million people allegedly registered on that website to get tickets to go and see Led Zeppelin at the O2 Centre in London, only one person has called up saying that they went and did it, which makes me suspicious. Very suspicious. If you did, 0870 90 90 973. Michael.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Michael.
Hello. I've got a couple of questions for you on Lost.
Oh, yeah, go
on. I've only ever seen 3 episodes, right?
Yep.
And I've seen the one where they find the hatch.
Yep.
They first find it, and I thought, wow, it looks a bit good.
Yeah.
I think I might have missed a few episodes. I saw one when Jack's running up some stairs in a stadium.
Yep.
And then a few, I don't know, whenever later, I saw when they got in the hatch, and that bloke who was running up the stairs was in there.
Desmond was in there, yes. Desmond is in there.
And I've not seen one after that. And I just wanted to know, what was he doing in there? Desmond, explain.
Yes, it does get explained. Desmond was on a round-the-world yacht race to try and impress Jim Robinson from Neighbours. I'm not joking. And his girlfriend, who was Jim Robinson's son, who he said he has to stop seeing her. So he was on a round-the-world yacht race to try and impress. His yacht crashed on the island. He was dragged into the hatch, and he had been in there for 3 years. And Desmond was the guy who was running up and down the stadium. Yes, he'd been there for 3 years.
Bloody! Oh, sorry.
You steady on.
I was going to buy the whole lot of DVDs, the whole lot. Is it worth buying it all?
Get it.
It's really good,
it's the best TV series ever, yeah.
Okay. Thanks for your help, Ian.
Thank you, Michael.
Cheers, bye.
Good lad, there we go. 0870 90 90 973. We're here till 10 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. What could be better than that? Well, I'll tell you what could be better than that. Clive Ball starting at 10 o'clock. That's what could be better. Us till 10, Clive Ball from 10 till 1. Sweet Home Alabama. This is what I live for. Chris.
Ian.
Yeah.
3 very quick things.
Okay.
I saw Brian Wilson in the Isle of Man about 7 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, what was he doing? Shopping?
No, it was playing a gig.
Oh, doing a concert. Good, was it?
Absolutely brilliant.
He's fantastic. He's got to be like 64, 65, and you can see he has problems. But that band and those songs and him being there, it works for me.
You're right about the harmonies, just fantastic.
That band is incredible.
Yeah,
it's really good. The harmonies are so tight. I've never heard anything even better. And I'm going to say it.
Go on.
Better than the Beach Boys. I would say it, definitely better than the Beach Boys live, because I've seen them live several times, and I've got some live tapes of them, and they on occasion were a little bit ropey.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, okay.
You know your cat flap idea?
Yep.
I've got a better one.
Oh, come on, let's have
I
it.
think. Here's one.
Yes.
Metal detecting, right?
Yes.
Now, what do you do when you metal detect?
I don't know, because I haven't done it since I was 12.
It's so obvious, you see. I know. Well, neither have I, but it's so obvious. You walk, don't you?
Yeah.
So what you do is you invent metal detectors which are in trainers.
It's good. It's good.
Do you like that?
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, you can have that.
I'm gonna have that. That is that is fantastic. Chris, why didn't you call in when Duncan Bannatyne was here? You could have got £50,000 for 8% of that. Good, Chris, I've got to go. Thank you for that, mate.
Goodbye.
Cheers, fella. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call and join in with all the fun topics that we're discussing this evening. Steve.
Hello.
Can I come to you in a few moments?
Yep.
Good lad. Steve is calling us from Atlanta, which is, I believe, in a place called the United States of... yeah, that's right, America. Here we go. It's the travel news now with Amanda.
Thanks very much, Ian. We're still watching problems at the moment to the east of town with a crash closing the westbound entry slip onto the A127. So that's affecting traffic trying to get off the M25 at junction 29 at Romford. Hale Road in Tottenham still has 2 lanes blocked outside of Tottenham Hale Station because of roadworks, whilst in Tufnell Park, Hilldrop Road is shut both ways with an incident between Brecknott Road and Camden Road, but traffic in the area is looking fine at the moment. In King's Cross, Midland Road is shut to northbound traffic for roadworks between Euston Road and Brill Place, and there are also gas main works in Earls Court, blocking a lane on Earls Court Road to southbound traffic just before you get to Old Brompton Road, whilst in Sutton the traffic lights are out on Cheam Road both ways at Sutton Park Road, and in Romford, Rodeo Corner shut both ways with a burst water main at Rom Valley Way, and on the tubes there are delays on the Edgware branch of the Northern Line. LBC 97.3 travel, there's more throughout the night.
Next time you're out shopping and get caught out in a downpour, remember you can check out the latest weather on your mobile phone. Just call 0901 723 6666 and choose weather. Weather.
We've still got some further bursts of showery rain.
You can also select to hear news and travel updates.
Store 0901 723 6666 into your mobile now and stay in touch with LBC wherever you are, whatever you're doing.
Calls cost 35 pence per minute from a BT landline. Other networks and mobile rates may vary.
News, weather and travel on the go from LBC.
Medium duck feather. Lovely. Come on, Brian, you said you were going to be a bit more adventurous. Try the hypoallergenic. Yes, very nice. But can it top the soft duck feather? Be honest, what are you really going to want to snuggle up to at 3 in the morning on a wet Tuesday in Leeds? No contest. Medium duck.
The Pillow Menu from Holiday Inn. Enjoy a better night's sleep on your choice of 5 pillows. Holiday Inn. Here for you. Call 0800 40 50 60 or visit holidayinn.co.uk.
Are you disappointed with your endowment policy? Have you received a letter saying your endowment may not pay off your mortgage? If so, and you're thinking of surrendering your policy back to the life company, make sure you call AAP first to see how much more it could be worth. David Taylor from Oxford sold his policy through AAP and used the money to pay off his mortgage.
I'd asked my life company how much I could get for my policy. They told me £16,000. I called AAP and I got nearly £2,000 more. It was simple and quick and AAP handled everything without any charge.
David is one of thousands who've sold their endowment policies through the UK's largest buyer. Call AAP now on 0845 073 1960. That's 0845 073 1960.
If you want to quit smoking but don't think you have the willpower, we can help. The Big Quit is giving you the support you need to break your addiction. Register now to become a Big Quit Club member. Log on to lbc.co.uk to find out how you can receive free NHS support, like the Together programme, which sends you packs in the post, text, emails and phone calls at those crucial moments. Together is about going smoke-free with the support of others. The Big Quit. We're here to help you. The Big Quit on LBC 97.3. Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Yes, Steve.
Yeah, hey, it's Fat Steve.
Hey, Fat Steve.
Thinking about your cat flap.
Hang on 1 second, Steve. I just need to do something there. Oh, well. My headphones have just died on me. Do apologise, Steve. My headphones have just, for some reason, have just gone from the wonderful stereo that we now have in this country to awful mono. I'm coming back. There we go. That's better. Sorry about that. Yes.
With the cat flaps, it's a great idea, but I think you're missing the product.
Yes.
I think what you should sell is the door.
Is a what?
Matching cat flap. The door with the matching.
No, this
cat
is. Hang on,
flap.
Steve. This I don't care. This isn't working. Hang on, we're nearly there. Oh, dear. Let's try these ones, shall we? There we go. That's better. Right, at last. I can hear what you're saying. A door with the matching cat flap already in.
Yeah,
It would
because
work.
then you wouldn't have to custom make them for each door.
Hmm.
You sell the door with the cat flap already in it.
Now that would work.
Yeah. And you say you've never heard Stairway to Heaven?
Never heard it, man. Never will.
How would you know?
Well, I've heard the little bit where they sing, and they're buying a stairway to heaven. But
Crazy.
But you're right. I suppose if there was another bit that doesn't sound like that, then I wouldn't know that it was Stairway to Heaven, would I?
Yeah, you might have heard it. You might, think it's YMCA or something. And
Well, I know it's not. I know that YMCA is YMCA. I know that for a fact.
that was a great interview with Brian Wilson.
Man, it was the. I was a little bit flabbergasted. We had like 10, 15 minutes with him, but he was really tired. We were the last interview, and you could sort of see his face drop when he was told he had one more interview. So I guess respected the man. It was just enough to meet him. I would.
How did you even listen to his answers?
With great.
Without thinking, I'm just standing here next to Brian Wilson.
I couldn't. I was thinking, and I've been obsessed with that man since I was 15. So for 19 years of my life, I have been obsessed with him and in love with him, and his music has got me through everything, and it's getting me through things now. It was the coolest thing, and he's such a sweet bloke.
Yeah, and he's such a legendary, strange figure too. It's just
And we met his wife, who was lovely. Said hello to his wife, who was very, very nice. And it was, it was just perfect. Steve, listen, I've got to go. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Cheers,
Bye.
boss. Bye-bye. Squire.
Hello.
Hello, Squire.
Hello. Yeah, I've done a bungee jump.
Why?
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Oh, man alive. It seems like ridiculous.
It was for charity.
Oh, well, that's the universal. Well, it makes it all right then.
That's right. Yeah, and it was in the pub car park as well.
See, now the pub car park thing. How does that work?
They got a big crane in. They get a big crane in. It's got a cage on the end of it.
Oh yeah.
They lift you up. They strap you in, and I'd had a few beers as well before, but that doesn't help. I was still bricking it. I said to him, "I can't jump. You'll have to push me." He said, We're not allowed to push her.
Was this not going through your head?
It was, yeah. Definitely.
I didn't think you were allowed to do it if you'd had a few beers.
Well, neither did I. But apparently we did. We all did. A few of us. And at the bottom, where you jump, there's a big blue plastic sheet there.
Yeah. And it's covered in blood.
No.
Oh.
Well, I said, what's that for? He said, it's just in case something happens. It's easier to clean up.
I would have said no, thank you. Charity or no charity? No, Squire. Listen, thank you for that, but I would have been out of there. I would have been going loco down in Acapulco. Was that the Four Tops? I think it was the Four Tops of all people. Angela.
Hello, Ian.
Hey, Angela.
I'm not surprised I've had to drink first.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway, you wanted another word for when you can't find something or remember something.
Yes.
I just say doodah.
Doodah.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, this topic's taking off better than I thought it would. I must get G-Man Jr. to write more of these flippant topics for me. So you call it the doodah?
I just say, where is my doodah?
Yeah, exactly. There's got to be a swear word in there, hasn't there?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a good bit of swearing every now and then. Angela, listen, thank you for that.
Okay.
Cheers, bye-bye. 0870 90 90 973 is the phone number if you want to give us a call. It's the last 7 minutes of the show. What have we mentioned that you might be keen to join in with? Well, Led Zeppelin, Brian Wilson, private detectives. Does anyone in London still use them? I'd be very, very surprised if they do. And the bungee jumps in pub car parks in London. It seems to be a growing phenomenon. Alan.
Good evening.
Good evening, Alan.
Hello, sir. Two things.
Yes.
Going to see Brian Wilson tomorrow.
Well, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Have you seen him before?
No, my brother's a big fan. He's going every night this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well done, him. That's. I wish I could. I wish I could.
And secondly, to dispel the conspiracy theories, at least two of us have pre-registered for Led Zeppelin.
Oh, yeah, I was getting suspicious because apparently 22 million people have registered, but no one else had phoned in.
No, well, it took many minutes to get onto their site and then many minutes to register, but I got there.
You don't really want to see them, do you?
I do. I saw them yonks ago.
Yeah, but I'm worried for you, Alan, that you're going to go and they're only going to do like 20, 25 minutes. Would you be satisfied with 25 minutes?
Well, not exactly, but there's a bonus. I'm a big Who fan, really, and Townsend.
I thought you were going to say you're a big Foreigner fan. And you're looking forward to that.
I think I'll take a beer break then.
I'm a big fan of the Who, but Townsend not solo.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Okay, all right. I know. I'll go along with that. Face to face and all that stuff. Alan, thank you for that.
Okay, mate.
Cheers, mate. There we go. Yeah. Let's 0870 90 90 90. Don't forget Clive Ball's on at 10 o'clock. And that will be worth a listen, surely. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call for the last few minutes of the show. That's the number that Phil has decided to call. Hello, Phil.
Hi, Ian. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm very, very well, thank you.
It was just a real quickie. I was listening to your programme a couple of weeks ago, and you were talking about blockbuster films.
Oh, yeah.
And you were going to rent out two, and one was a film I used to watch as a kid with the World War II, with the carrier that goes back in time.
Yes.
I was just wondering, what was that film called?
That film is called...
It's what?
Oh, no, there's two, no, because I'm thinking the Philadelphia Experiment is the one where the guy's on the thing and he goes forward in time. The one where it goes back in time, I can't remember because they've not sent it to me yet. It's got one of the Kirk Douglas in, hasn't it?
Yeah, and they go back and they help protect Pearl Harbor, isn't it?
Yeah, hang on a second, stay there. We can do this in the last few minutes of the show. www.block... Hang on, stay there.
Yep, I'm there.
.uk. Go nowhere and I will find it for you.
I've been looking for it for ages and they brought it up and I just,
I need to log in, hang on.
Yeah, that's no problem.
I know this isn't great radio, but never mind, these things happen.
Needs must.
Type in my password. Yes, I want to click that. Oh, God, have we got time before the end of the show? I need to go to my list. I'm nearly there. It's called The Final Countdown.
The Final Countdown.
Is that right? Is that the one?
I think so, yeah.
There we go, Phil. We got there in the end.
Thank you very much, Ian.
Thank you, boss. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there we go. We solved that. I know it wasn't great radio, me tapping away on the computer keyboard. But, you know. What can I do, man? You know, I was asked the question. I gave him the question. I gave him the answer, and in the best way that I could. 0870 90 90 973. It's the last couple of minutes of the show. If you want to give us a call, I would suggest that you do give us a call now, and we'll take the last few minutes, we'll take calls straight to air. So give us a call, and for the last 3 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, your calls will indeed go straight to air. I can't say any fairer than that. Let's try line 1, you're on the wireless.
Chris Rocks, you.
Oh, he's banned. How did he get through? That guy is supposedly banned. Bill on the M40, for goodness sakes. Keeps phoning up, bothering me, hassling me. Let's try this one. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Yeah, just to let you know, they're talking about sex on Radio 4.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, lovely. Let's try line 3. Oh, no, let's try line 2, you're on the wireless.
Standard, English Standard, classified news. What another great show for me tonight, except for the story from Boring Alex. What was the point? What was the exciting part. Anyway, Ian, you have another good night tomorrow. Speak to you soon, mate.
Thank you,
Bye.
Standard Man. Ta-ta. It was a boring story. Not you, Alex. Don't you get offended. All of your stories, as you know, are excellent. I'm speaking to Alex behind the glass, but I'm boring. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Propaganda. Now that's a Sparks album. Do you have it?
Yeah, I do have Propaganda. I can't remember what's on it.
It's got At Home, At Work, At Play, Reinforcements, BC.
You know they've just released a Sparks album, which I can't remember what it's called, but I've been sent a copy, and it's the first time it's been on CD. It's the only album they did.
One of the Half Nelson ones.
No, it's the only one the album they did for Columbia, I think. I can't remember
Wolfer in Tweeter's Clothing.
No, it's not that one.
No?
Can't think what it's called. I got sent it as well. Anyway, go and listen to Change on Plagiarism, please.
I'm going to, but before I go...
Yes?
What about the string arrangement in Never Turn Your Back on Mother Earth?
It's beautiful. I will listen to that at some point. It's beautiful. Let's do one more before we wrap this thing up. Line 8, you're on the wireless. Lovely. Well, if you missed the show today, it sounded like this. Oh, no, hang on, that's the wrong button. OK, right, that's it. Thank you very much, Agent Chris. Thanks, Alex, for your good work. I shall be back tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. Coming up after the nightly news, it's Clive Bull. If you want to give him a call, 0870 90 90 973. Don't forget you can email me, of course, ian@lbc.co.uk. Remember, go and listen to Change by Sparks. It says everything you need to know. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
On 97.3
DAB
and online.
London's biggest conversation. LBC.
At 10, McLaren is out of Formula One's Constructors' Championship. A guilty verdict is delivered for a London-based brothel gang. And Diana's fountain has dyed red. It's 10 o'clock. I'm Holly Holland.